forgot my mic was muted. Whoops. We're back. We are back. And we're doing chapter 7. Chapter 7, Kairazu's amusement park transpires after the events of Deathmark's main story, as well as Chapter 6. All mark bearers will have survived. Do you wish to start it? Yeah, I do. Choose a save file with the main character's full name and appearance you wish to use. If you wish to use the default ones, I'm gonna just use the default. Because I never actually really did the full game on the Switch one. I haven't done it yet. Give it time. Kairazu's amusement park. I forgot how slow the text is on this, and I just did it last week. Once you enter, you can never leave. So the rumors surrounding the ruined amusement park claims. I'm a rookie occult journalist, trying to make my mark. So, can I hit L1 to speed her up? There we go, I can. I couldn't sit around and wait for someone else to investigate. That's why I headed to the park. Someone's online. But I never would have guessed it would turn out like this. Well, I didn't know you spoke so slowly. I didn't either. She's very energetic, but now she's being very slow. Damn it, what the hell? Tsukasa screams hysterically from the giant flies suddenly buzzing all around us. But all this shouting isn't making the situation any better. Just scream at them. What do we do now, Moe? At this rate, we'll be... Ah, the good art, yes. This is Kairazu's amusement park. We can no longer leave. We never should have... Oh my god, it said we never should have come here. We should have turned back when we had the chance. I was hoping if I just tapped L, it would make Moe speed up, but no, she has to be very slow. And it's only like at this part she's slow. I love how Tsukasa and Moe stick together. Finally here. We're totally late though. Man, I even planned on getting here early. You didn't follow through and we're late, Moe. The person pouting and glaring at me is Tsukasa Yoshida. He's an elementary school student in his 5th year, and he and I investigated a spirit in the previous incident. Moe, you're a part-time writer with a real job working for an occult magazine now. If you're this bad at being on time, you're gonna get fired. I know I'll do better, stop worrying, it's nothing. Blame it on the sun. I'll do better. Yeah, that didn't sound serious at all. You'll probably forget about it by tomorrow. I feel like Tsukasa's looking down on me. It's really annoying because he's younger than I am. But you know, Tsukasa, because I was late, I was able to find this. Okay, thank you! My mom let the dogs out. Here, hold on a second. I went to go close my door so that the puppies wouldn't keep running in and out while they're going outside. And I found out that Nyx was hugging the rock Pikmin before she left my bed. I reached into my bag and pulled out a pamphlet about each amusement park. I got it when I came here with my family long ago. I dug deep into our closet for it and I finally found it. No info was added to the spirit file. We definitely needed more information. Need more information. Mister can probably help. I'm hoping he can give us some advice about Kairazu's amusement park. Baby puppy, she's like, what, 2.5 years old? Oh boy. The lights in Kuja Mansion aren't on at all. Now that he mentions it, I notice he's right. He's probably out. There's no harm in checking just to be sure. I head up to the door. And press the doorbell. There's no response. Yep, he's definitely not home. Without thinking, I put my hand on the double doors. They open. Excuse me. Still a puppy. Yes, I know all dogs are puppies. When I enter the mansion, I see a familiar entrance hall. I'm home, baby. But it's the first time seeing it without any lights on. Molly, what do you think you're doing? This is breaking and entering, you know. Tsukasa complains the whole time but follows behind. Seems you were interested in getting a look at Kuja Mansion without anyone inside, right? My eyes start to get used to the darkness. Guess there really isn't anyone in here. The only sound is the ticking of a clock, but soon it feels like I can hear a heartbeat too. I'm starting to get anxious. I'll try something. Call out, turn on the lights, use psychic vision! So when I played the first time, I used the psychic vision one, and it's just her going, that didn't work. I'm gonna call out. Someone should teach Yashiki that doors can't have locks, especially entrance door. Yeah, I don't think he's ever gonna get that. He's just gonna keep leaving his door unlocked. I mean, honestly, with all of these mark bearers, they're gonna just come in regardless. It's either he leaves them unlocked and people walk in, or he's gonna lock them and then people are gonna break the lock to get in. Mister, if you're here, answer me. My loud voice echoes through the hall. I wait, but there's no reply, which makes me feel even more anxious than before. Moe? I just remembered something. Wonder what's wrong. Tsukasa sounds like it's trembling. Tsukasa's voice sounds like it's trembling. Mister came to this mansion when he lost his memories. When he got here, the door was open. But inside it was completely dark and there was nobody around. All that he could hear was the clock ticking. I swallow hard. Is he saying what's happening now is like what happened back then? Mister went to the second floor, and there he found his little sister's corpse. I shudder from a chill that runs down my spine. The image of him collapsed on the dark, in the dark suddenly surfaces in my mind. Then the clock's chime goes off. With terrible timing, I thought my heart was gonna pop out of my chest. Let's go home. Mister doesn't seem to be here, right? Huh. Just then I thought I heard a door on the second floor open. What was that? Looks like Tsukasa also heard it, so it wasn't just my imagination. Moe? Is there maybe someone on the second floor? It has to be It could be a thief. It's a spirit phenomena. It's a spirit! It's a phenomena where stuff like furniture and tableware start moving on their own, right? That's right. Poltergeists and spirit phenomena are covered by paranormal and parapsychological theories. Could there be an explanation for why this is happening here? There may be. Hearing him talk about the supernatural, it's obvious we're both thinking about the same thing. The blonde doll that was here in this mansion. I'm a bit curious. Who opened the door? It may be someone frightening. It could be someone dangerous. But my curiosity's too powerful. With that in mind, Tsukasa? I'm gonna go check. You just wait right here. Moe? Tsukasa tries to stop me, but I leave him behind and go up the stairs. Just leave, like the 10-year-old, he's fine. I've always been like this as long as I can remember. Like the way I get so scared when I watch a horror movie that I can't sleep. I'm still gonna watch, because my curiosity always gets the best of me. It was the same when the market incidents happened. I learned about the rumors on the occult forums and snuck into the abandoned school to investigate. That led to me having a terrifying experience. I'd argue it's safer. Even so, I still didn't learn my lesson. I really am stupid, huh? Once I reach the second floor, I head towards the noise I heard. The door to that room is open. This is definitely where that noise came from. Alright, time to enter. Why did I get a Discord ping? Oh, someone's sending memes, that's why. Okay. I'm just gonna set this to do not disturb for a bit. There we go. First things first, I gotta turn on the lights. And I didn't get a chance to read the other one because I was looking at the Discord chat. This is Mister's room. Huh? It won't turn on. Why? Is the room haunted? I'm getting a bad feeling. Here, hold on. What's up? Hello, sorry. Puppies had wandered, and my mom was wondering if they came in here. Mister always has a flashlight in his bag. I should have followed his example. Yeah, after, like, all these ghost incidents, you would have thought every one of you would have carried at least a mini flashlight. I'm already here. Time to look around, even if it is terrifying. A beautiful crafted wooden desk. When I run my finger along the surface, some dust comes off. Looks like it hasn't been used much. On top of the desk are chisels lined up in a small rack. Oh, right, I remember now. Mr. makes dolls sometimes. Inside the room, the moon's soft glow dimly illuminates the large window. Kuja Mansion is a bit of away from the city, so once night falls, the area gets pitch black. Mr. stays in this huge mansion all by himself at night. I wonder if he ever gets scared. There's photos spread inside the frame. It's dark, so I can't see clearly right now, but there's a picture of Mary. Mary the talking doll. I wanted to do an interview with her. Her existence itself would be a scoop. But she's no longer here. So I'll have to find another scoop. It's a very large bed. It's big enough for 3 of me. The sheets are all a mess, and they're faintly warm. Mister was sleeping here, but then where'd he go? Were those footsteps just now? Oh, no, who's there? Mister? Hi. I'm Banshee. Now look here. What's the big idea, Banshee? Oh, just having a little bit of fun is all. This is Banshee Ito. He's a homeless old man. I haven't spoken to him much, but from what Diamond and Hero told me, the man, the myth, the legends. He seems like a super weird guy. I was on my way back from the bathroom, and what did I see before my eyes but a trembling high school girl? It'd been rude of me to not spook her in. Boo! Can you stop that, please? I grabbed the flashlight from Banshee. I think I now understand what Daimon meant when he muttered that man's trouble. But now should I respond? Give him an angry low kick. Say nothing or make him feel remorse. Keep going, Banshee. I kicked him last time, I'm gonna make him feel remorse this time. What's the big idea? What if you gave me a heart attack and I died? You'd be arrested for murder! Murder! So I'd be living in prison. That means I'd never have to worry about finding— oh god, that got sad! That means I'd never have to worry about finding food to eat. I appreciate the talk! That didn't work at all. It'd be pointless to say anything. So what are you doing here, Banshee? I'm house sitting, obviously. Yashiki isn't here after all. Mister is away from home then. But is it really a good idea to have this guy house that he's fine? Why is the entrance door unlocked? Did you pick the lock? Don't try and make me sound like some kind of criminal. It was opened like that from the start. Yashiki sure is a forgetful boy. He often forgets to lock his doors. If he knows that, then Banshee had definitely just let himself in a number of times before. What a shameless guy he is. At any rate, young lady, wouldn't it be right for a man and young woman to be alone in a dark room? Let's continue this downstairs. Can't get the lights on in this room anyhow. So the room is haunted. Now, don't go blaming every little thing on spirits. That would be pretty rude to them, don't you think? The lights here are simply worn out. The fixtures here are pretty old. You can't find good replacements these days easily. To be honest, this makes sense when Banshee is the reason Yashiki regained his memories after all. Yeah. That's a ridiculously normal reason. Yes, Moe, and I lived in a house like that. Actually, I'm living in a house like that right now. We have fixtures where we had to get them replaced. We had to replace our pipes just earlier this month because they were lead pipes. They don't use those anymore. I'm relieved, but at the same time I'm a little disappointed. Banshee and I go down the stairs together. In the entrance hall we find Tsukasa waiting. He looks like he's about to burst into tears. We have water clog problems too. Can't replace anything as they cost oh yeah, they would have cost us a fortune too. But because we're renting, our landlord was able to use his insurance to cover them. So, who can own a house in this economy right now? Ah, shoot! I didn't read this sentence. He must have been agonizing whether to come help me or the police, or call the police when he heard me scream earlier. Banshee turns the lights on for us, and the hall becomes the same as I remember it. Now then, young lady and laddie, what business do you have here at Kuja Mansion? Truth is, we wanted advice on some rumors we heard. Have you heard of Kairazu's amusement park? Nope, first time I'm hearing of it. No, just from the name alone, I can pretty much guess what the rumors are about. Okay, I'll take Yashiki's place. I'll hear you guys out. Why? Is there any point in talking to this guy? There definitely is. Yes, there is, definitely. I hear that wild intuition can sometimes be very accurate. That's just saying he's like an animal. Although this old transient does kind of smell like a dog that hasn't been... Tsukasa! Be nice! Tsukasa, that's an awful thing to say. He may be right about him being animal-like, but I have to say a dog would be 100 times cute. You're not helping, Moe! How long are you gonna make me wait? Talk to me already, come on. Alright, alright. And please listen to the rumors about Kairazu's amusement park. Hey, listen to what I have to say. Have you heard about H Amusement Park? It's the abandoned amusement park in H City. Over in H City, they've been calling it Kairazu's Amusement Park. Why do they call it that? Well, because those that sneak into the amusement park never come back. Their cases are classified as runaways, but that's wrong. All of it is a work of a monster that lives in the amusement park, known as the Great Kairazu. You're spirited away and then murdered? No one knows the true form of the Great Kairazu. All that see it vanish. Oh. But there's no doubt that they are there. There was a person that stole evidence. They snuck into the amusement park and hung around the Ferris wheel. And then... there was a sound that came from above the Ferris wheel. A heavy sound like moving machinery. The person thought, is this the Ferris wheel moving? That's odd. This place is ruined. There's no way the Ferris wheel would be moving. Then they heard the sound again. Curious, they took their flashlight and shined it up towards the sound. And what they saw there... it's because Kairazu is from Kairu, to come back, applying zu means it negative. Why didn't I think of that? No, it's okay. I legitimately thought it was a name. No, I did too, it's okay. It was a girl's corpse, hanging by her neck. But it wasn't just that. It was hung. The arms and legs were covered in hideous burns, almost as if they were melted by acid. Oh! And there was more. The girl's face. What happened? Her eyes, mouth, and nose, they were all sloppily switched around. There's no way a human could do that. And what could? Could it have been the Great Kairazu? This person told their friends about the corpse, but nobody believed him. The next day, when they went to go check the Ferris wheel, the corpse was no longer there. So they began to think that maybe they just saw an illusion. They forgot it. They forgot what about it that scared them, and they ventured into the amusement park. And... that person vanished. I gotta say, this sloppily is a sloppily rumor because facial features swept around isn't scary. Yeah. They never came back. Those are the rumors about Kairaz's amusement park. I've also heard those rumors. When I told Moe she wanted to come here and get advice from Mister. Kai, there's a dog at my door. Who's here? It's a Nyx! Hi, Nyx! Have you come to see Kairaz's amusement park? Oh, you walked away. Okay, that's a no. She went to go lay on my floor. Kairaz's amusement park in the Great Kairazu. Pretty simple naming. But the bit about the Ferris wheel was interesting. The mystery behind the rearranged faces and the hanging corpse is a nice touch. It would have been pretty boring if it was just a human. Boring, he says. Even if it was just a human, that's still a big deal. This old man really is weird. It might be for your average beauty-obsessed person, though. Hold on, Moe. Tsukasa whispers to me. Let's just get out of here. Banshee's useless. Mr. the only one's gonna be of any help. Now just you wait a second there. Oh, I guess he heard us. It has been many decades since I, Banshee Ito, have come to H City. When it comes to H City, well, I can't say I know everything, but I know more than most. If you want to know about H Amusement Park, I indeed know of it. So, my young friends, I will be of much more help to you than Yashiki. After that, Banshee went into a long, detailed history of H Amusement Park. H Amusement Park closed down 5 years ago. They were making a pretty decent money until then, so why did it go under? It all started to go downhill when a visitor came to H Amusement Park went missing. It was big news 5 years ago, but apparently the disappearance has been happening for a while. The police searches turned up nothing, so they decided to keep those disappearances quiet. But the one 5 years ago was different. Word got out on TV, and the story was impossible to contain. Not a lot of people want to go to an amusement park where you might go missing, and the police never find you. So fewer and fewer customers came, until they went under. Then they started demolition work on the place. But in the middle of it, the company they contracted to do the demolition apparently went bankrupt, and operations ceased. Which is why some of the parts of the park are basically still intact, like the roller coaster and the Ferris wheel. And as bored delinquents do when they have too much time on their hands, they'll trespass into the park at night. I think the ones from the rumor who never came back were those kind of people. New info was added to the spirit file. After listening to Banshee's story, we peek into the garage before leaving the mansion. Mister's car was there, so did he take a walk or did he take a bus somewhere? Mister wasn't around to give us any advice about the rumors. I had a hard time digesting all that information. I understand how he feels. It's the same for me. Oh, right. Moe, why don't we go ahead and ask your coworkers? There has to be someone working at your magazine that has some knowledge about the rumors. Well, actually, everyone's really busy since the current deadline is coming up, so it'll be hard to get someone to help. So, that's too bad. He shrugs his shoulders and lets out a sigh. I guess he's given up on that thought. That's good. He didn't even question my odd answer. He's right. It's exactly as Tsukasa says. If I talk to the editorial department, I could get some info. But I don't want to ask any of them. Kairazu's amusement park is my scoop, and I don't want any of them involved. I still may just be a part-timer, but I have a burning passion of a real journalist. I want to investigate these rumors and write an article of my own. If I can do that, then maybe the editorial department will be focused to recognize my worth. And who knows, maybe my article about the scoop will get a feature spot. I want to pursue this incident myself, but there's no way I can do it alone. Mark Bear's Mister was the one I really wanted help from. that plan already suffered a setback. Of all the times for him to be out, why did it have to be now? I'm out of options, so I have no choice. Hey, Tsukasa. I'm gonna go gather information now. Information? What information? About each amusement park, obviously. OP Arts correspondent Moe Watanabe will be heading out to the scene of the incidents. Huh? Are you serious, Moe? And so I hopped onto a bus. My destination is, of course, the bus stop near each amusement park. Soon after the bus leaves the city limits, it begins to climb a gentle slope. The number of buildings in the surrounding area decreases. Numerous trees take their place. To build H Amusement Park, they had to carve out a section and build atop this small mountain called A Mountain. In other words, it's a place far away from the city. It's not too hard to see why delinquents would end up here. I arrived at the entrance to H Amusement Park. It really does look like a spot where delinquents would hang out. Graffiti is pretty much everywhere I look, but I quickly see an area to get an idea of my surroundings. I see no modded cars, bicycles, or motorcycles. Looks like I won't be running into any of them today. Ugh, that's a relief. It's getting chilly. Shivering, I reflexively hug both my shoulders. H Amusement Park is a bit of a mountainous area. Because of that, the blowing wind is extremely cold. I'm gonna close my door again, because the dogs left it open. I just realized Luna was all cuddled up in my bed. She snuck in, so I tucked her in. Oh. Hello, Nyx. Did you come to be tucked into? Hi, sweetie. Did you want to come lay in the bed? Here, I'll come tuck you into bed. Oh, okay, hold on. I gotta get a picture. This is cute. It's a little dark, though. Hold on. Okay, I'm sending it to you on Discord. They wanted to cuddle up next to each other after I tucked them in under the blankets. So they kind of look like they're hugging. It's a little dark in my room though, so it might be a bit hard to see details. Okay, there we go. But that's not the only reason my body's shivering right now. Ask anyone and they tell you that their image of an amusement park is a bright, fun place. The amusement park I'm looking at is nothing like that. This place feels more frightening than a haunted house. If you've worked at one, it starts feeling like that too. Cute puppies. Contrast between normality and what I'm seeing makes this place creepier than your average abandoned building. What correspondent Watanabe is thinking as she stands in front of Kaira's amusement park is... I want to go home. Scoop, scoop, scoop. I'm so hungry. I'm hungry. I still haven't had dinner. I should get something tasty to eat on the way back. Maybe also pick up some dessert. Eating a parfait at night sounds really good. Okay. I feel like those thoughts of happy things really helped ease my fears. Sweet things really are a girl's ally. That was a cute sneeze, but that wasn't me just now. That sneeze came from... Tsukasa, who is next to me. Are you alright? Aren't you cold with those shorts? I'm fine. Aren't your legs colder, Moe? You're wearing a skirt. All you're wearing is a skirt, after all. This is, well, I guess you can call it a women's world power. More importantly, Tsukasa, I've already told you many times, you don't have to come with me. I can't help it. If I leave you alone, Moe, I have no idea what kind of mess you'll make. Even though you're a high school student, you're absent-minded, you're very sloppy and unreliable, a dangerous combination of flaws. That's so mean. Honestly, I'm a little shocked. But Tsukasa, it's nice to know you really are worried about me. I need to fire back. Thank you, Tsukasa. Thank you for coming with me. This is all your fault, Moe. I'm here because you aren't a dependable person. What an adorable kid. Alright, Moe. If we're gonna investigate the park, won't we need a light? No need to worry about that. I brought a proper tool for this situation. I pulled a flashlight I stole from Banshee out of my bag. Light on! With this, the prep is complete. Let the investigation begin. Saving. You cannot return to the mansion from a spirit location whenever you wish. As such, if you wish to save, you can only do it from the spirit location. Press the Y button. You cannot save while an event's happening. In Chapter 7, your actions during the investigation will affect how the story ends. In order to ensure you experience the desired ending, make sure multiple saves as you progress through the story just to be safe. You can talk to your comrades on the with this button, with the call-out button. I'm just gonna go all the way back here. You can see how many multiple saves I had on this one. It's a guide map of the entire amusement park. Let's see, go-karts, merry-go-round. This place didn't have many attractions, huh? It's pretty small for an amusement park. Plus, it looks like they were almost done with the demolition work. Let's not get sidetracked. Might as well head straight into the Ferris wheel. There's no signage, but it looks like there's a counter. I'm guessing this must be an information kiosk. That's a shame. It's closed up tight. If we broke it, we'd be committing property damage, all while trespassing. Let's be careful. Tsukasa gives me a warning. Exploring a rundown park with a kid from a lawyer family. A very undesirable situation. There's graffiti written in spray paint. Probably something left behind by a group of delinquents who used to mess around in this area. Is doing something like this fun? I question the character of anyone who engages in these sort of activities. Well, I guess it's possible that Tsukasa may rebel against his parents because of all the pressure and become a delinquent. No, I can't imagine that at all. The gate above the board was the large frog on it. According to the amusement park's pamphlet, it seems to be this park's mascot, Kerapo. Because of all the dirt and paint peeling off, it looks much more creepy than it is cute. And then this counter doesn't do anything. So let's go. Use flashlight and investigate this. Oh. No, they want me to look around. Fine. I know there's nothing in this counter. This looks to be the ticket booth. I peek inside through the window, but all I can see is trash scattered around. It's the front gate of H Amusement Park. The front of it is an orange barricade, the kind you often see at construction sites. Figured that entry would be prohibited. Come on, Moe, let's turn back. So says the reluctant Tsukasa, but... No, wait. We can easily enter here. We came all the way here, there's no way we can just turn back without entering. Now then, let's just ignore the barricade and enter the park. Moving around, I know how to move. We go over the barricade and pass through the gate. We proceed down the walkway that stretches to the park. On the way, we spot a building that was in the process of being demolished. Yeah. It was being demolished. All of the glass has been scattered. Probably the work of delinquents. We reached the T intersection of the walkway. Standing right there was... An old torii gate. What's a torii gate doing in an amusement park? This feels misplaced. Tsukasa, do you know what this torii gate is? No, I haven't heard anything about it. Well, you come here once before, right? Don't you have an idea what this is? I don't remember seeing this torii gate. All I remember about this place is all the fun things like the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster. I didn't really have an interest in spirits back then. Also, I didn't hear anything about the Torii Gate and any of the rumors about Kairazu's amusement park. I think there's no connection with the rumors. But I'm interested. There's an out-of-place Torii Gate here. This could be a spirit location. There is definitely more to it. On the other side of the Torii Gate, I can see the Star of the Rumors, the Ferris wheel. We came here to investigate, so our destination is a must-visit. According to the map on the pamphlet, going right will take us to the Ferris wheel. Let's hurry to our goal without getting sidetracked. Because the weird Torii Gate feels a bit creepy here. There's a signboard with frogs standing here. A forgotten mascot left behind in the ruins of the park. It's a pretty lonely visual. There's a signboard next to the Torii Gate. The Torii Gate of Unions and the Plaza of Relaxation. Two people who've walked through the Torii Gate are a couple cup. What the heck is this? I thought there was something written about its history here. I can see the Ferris wheel beyond the plaza. It's a large shadowy form looming out in the night's pitch black backdrop. Honestly sends a shiver down my spine. This is the teacup ride area. Beyond it, I can see the Ferris wheel. Our destination's only a little further ahead. This is where all the teacups are operated. It's only slightly bigger than a telephone booth. Definitely seems like it'd be hard for both of us to fit inside. Something's falling on the floor. It looks like a box. It's probably just junk. Don't waste your time on that. Better just ignore it. If you say something like that, it's just gonna make me want to not ignore it. Let's take a little peek inside. I tell Tsukasa to wait, and I go inside alone. There was a machine with buttons inside the cramped room. Of course, it's no longer working. And on the floor is an old toolbox on the floor. The handle and lid are clasped in some kind of sticky liquid. Oh, it's gross and filthy. I want to look inside, but I don't want to touch it. I'd probably force myself to do it, but only if there's really good reason to open it. It's toppled over an abandoned trash can. Take a peek inside. Found a worn-out talisman! Yippee! Get the spirit power. The teacups line side by side. Very typical amusement park ride. So this is the teacup ride. A ride where one continuously spun at high velocities for a few minutes. By the time the ride finishes, I'll probably end up forgetting a theorem or two. Tsukasa, have you never ridden on a teacup ride before? What's your favorite amusement park ride then? I've never ridden on an amusement park attraction, so I can't answer that question. So you've never been to an amusement park before. Today is your first time. Yeah, is there something you want to say? What do you think? Does it look like I'm happy about it to you? I'm fine, I'd rather focus on doing the best I can on my test. You only get one chance to get the highest possible score. But there will always be opportunities to have fun later. And then, after passing your tests, why don't we go somewhere fun as a reward, Tsukasa? Why would I want to do that? Well, I suppose there's plenty of time between tests. I could think about going somewhere. Oh, I know. Do you have any interest in zoos? Is it the zoo you went to when you became a middle schooler? Yep, it's the one in the neighboring prefecture. There are rumors of ruins where ghosts appear. So you just recommended somewhere you want to go yourself. Jeez. There's a description of the ride in the signboard. Or at least, I think that's what it is. But it's so dirty and rusty, it's impossible to read. There's a Torii Gate and couples... Is there a connection to the teacups? Didn't it say something like that? Two people who've walked through the Torii Gate are a couple cup? Also, I saw that the back of the place where the Torii Gate was. Feels like that's the place's catchphrase. So this is the Ferris wheel from all the rumors. One of the people that never came back saw it here. A weird corpse hanging from the gondola. Timidly, I point my flashlight towards the gondola. There's nothing there. I let out a deep sigh of relief. Wait, I shouldn't be relieved. If there's nothing up there, then I'm in trouble. That means there's no scoop. I should at the very least try and find some clues that either prove or disprove the rumors. Okay, let's get a better look at the Ferris wheel. You okay with that, Tsukasa? There's no response. I don't see Tsukasa anywhere. No way, he was just with me just now. Tsukasa? Where did you go? Answer me. Oh, there he is. He stumbles out of a nearby bush. You don't need to shout. I could hear you, you know. Jeez, where did you run off to? Sorry. I couldn't help myself. Tsukasa's fidgeting. Couldn't help himself with what? He had to heed nature's call. Ah, so that's what happened. He's embarrassed and can't say why. In that case, I'll just leave it alone. I know when to be tactful. Okay, let's focus and get mentally prepared to check out this Ferris wheel. I wonder what this is. It looks like those big bags of fertilizer. That's road salt. They also call it sidewalk salt. It's scattered on the road to keep ice from forming on it. The salt part mainly consists of sodium chloride. It lowers the water's freezing point. Oh, excuse me, you're already a high schooler, so you probably know all that. Poor kid. At least it wasn't a big nature skull. Yeah, that's also true. I mean, the poor kid has been, like, scared the whole time since he was at the mansion. I'm not surprised at all. It's fine. It was super informative. If that shows up on a test, I'll definitely pass. That was close. Good thing I didn't wonder aloud if it was fertilizer. It's a signboard with a description of the Ferris wheel. According to the text, the diameter of the Ferris wheel is 30 meters and its maximum height is 34 meters. It's on the relatively small side. Still too big for me! I do not like Ferris wheels. I believe I remember that the largest Ferris wheel in Japan is about 100 meters tall. Yep, something I will not go on. Is that so? Tsukasa sure knows everything. It's the gondola on ground level. Can't open the door though, the handle's wrapped around with wires. Luke. Rust covers the surface of the wires. It looks like they've been coiled around the handle for a while. Maybe since they were doing the demolition? Touch it. The wires are tied tight. It doesn't seem like you can just undo them barehanded. With the tool to cut them, it would probably be another story. That toolbox from earlier, there may be something there that we can use. Also, please do not touch rusted wires. That's how you get tetanus. It's the Ferris wheel's control room. Peeking in from the window, I see that it's filled with garbage. Guess the delinquents use it as their dump. Well, we go back. First, I'm gonna make another save. Go in here. Go open the box. Flora sealed little toolbox, covered in some kind of sticky liquid. It's gross, but there may be something useful inside the toolbox. Maybe something that can cut the wires, push through the grossness, and get the box open without using the handle, but the clasp is another story. I have to touch it in order to get it unfastened. I place my hand on the clasp. The slimy sensation on my fingers. It's disgusting. It's giving me goosebumps all over. I unfasten the clasp and open the lid. I reflexively turn away at the sight. Why are there so many slugs inside? I control my breathing and mentally prepare myself and slowly open my eyes. Inside the toolbox, slugs are moving around quite vigorously. How come they haven't shriveled up and died? They were locked inside this toolbox, right? Does that mean they were put inside recently? Why would someone do that? That makes no sense. No, slugs are cute. There's a few things mixed in with the slugs. Looks like packing tape and pliers. They seem useful. I really want them, but in order to get them, I have to put my fingers inside the slug box. This is for my scoop! I brace myself and thrust my thumb and index finger into the writhing mass of slugs. The slugs, they're touching my fingers. They're damp and cold and slimy and yeah, that's a slug. Or a snail. Both ones do that. Not thinking I almost screamed, but I forced myself to choke back a scream down my throat. I don't want to frighten Tsukasa. I swiped the packing tape and then pulled the pliers from the toolbox. Okay, I was underestimating Moe. Task successfully completed. Obtain pliers and packing tape. Okay, I admit I wouldn't want to touch them either, as I hate sticky feeling, but I would be kind of like, alright. But I mean, I've handled, like, snails and slugs before, it's not too weird. After repeatedly wiping my hands from the tools clean, I go outside. Like, a whole box of them would be like, but I mean, I've also handled buckets of snails before, so... well, hey, your face is covered in sweat. What exactly happened in there? It's just, a little, I didn't want to voice my horrific experience, so instead I just half-heartedly evaded the question. I was a strange child. I used to like collecting snails and trying to bring them inside. It's kinda low on ground level. Can't open the door though. It's wrapped in wires. That's fine. We've got tools. Pull out the pliers I picked up earlier and clasp the wire tight with the the blade. Holding the wire in position, I squeeze firmly. Nice, it cuts through. Though it's a bit tough with these pliers, it would have been an easier job with wire cutters. But beggars can't be choosers. All I can do is persist and make best of what I got. You can do a lot with pliers that you could do with wire cutters, so... There, I've cut them all. Honestly, I've had it more times where I've cut things with pliers and then it's like, wait, the wire cutters are over there. Finally entered the gondola. I don't find them disgusting or scary or blah, but the feeling would be terrible. And I'd do that. No, I get that. I mean, it'd probably be something weird for me too. Because, like, it's one thing to handle, like, 1 or 2 slugs on your fingers. But, like, if it's a whole box of them moving around, I'd probably be like, okay, that's a little much. They open the door to the gondola. Enter first, and Tsukasa follows behind. It's pretty cramped with the two of us standing inside. Let's take a look around and then get out. What? See the scenery outside. A metal tin of candy drops is on the seat. Oh, this takes me back. Honma drops. I used to love these when I was a kid. I never liked the peppermint flavor, though. I always left those ones alone. After I voice my candy preferences, Tsukasa pipes up. You sure have the taste buds of a child if you don't like peppermint, Moe. I have to say, peppermint sure is amazing. My mother grew some mint, so I know a few things about it myself. She uses it as a garnish in flavoring and cooking, of course. She even used it as insect repellent and herbal medicine. And there goes Tsukasa, just rattling off knowledge. While I nonchalantly tune him out, I place the candy tin of drops in my bag. Obtain Honma drops. Wait, you're taking that with you? There's no doubt it's past its expiration date by now. And didn't they teach you to not pick up food off the floor when you were in elementary school? I'm not taking it to eat it. I'm taking it for the tin. Just look at it. It's got a cute design. They changed the tins for this design of candy recently. Having this style in the past makes it rare. So what if it's rare, if it's just trash? I fail to understand the appeal, but whatever, do what you want. A slip of paper the size of my palm is laying there. On it are illustrations of a cute frog lined up in rows. These look like stickers. And this frog is Kid Apple. That's right, I saw it on the signboard of the entrance. These Kid Apple stickers must be merchandise from each amusement park. Obtain Kid Apple stickers! Moe, just now you scooped it up like it was the most obvious thing to do. Mister would do the same thing. No hesitation at all. Tsukasa lets out a big sigh. Kind of sigh when you let up when you're fed up. My mom lets out that kind of sigh often too. It's to commemorate this moment. We came all this way to the amusement park, didn't we? What's wrong with taking a little souvenir? This amusement park's abandoned, though. Why would you want to commemorate coming to a place like this? Whatever, just do what you want. But what are Candy and Stickers doing here? Some kids sneak in here during demolition and turn this into their play hideout or something? If so, then maybe a demolition worker noticed them and wrapped up those wires around the handles so they could easily get in? Wouldn't be good if there was another incident after all. The gondola's door closed. Hey, Tsukasa, why did you close the door? Tsukasa protests. I didn't do anything! It closed on its own. So, did the wind do it? But the door is made of metal, and the wind isn't blowing that hard. I can't imagine that being the cause. The gondola didn't sway just now, did it? We're swaying. Does this mean... No way. You're kidding me, the Ferris wheel's moving. Check the situation. Just calm down, get a better look around. If you do that, I believe we can get a grasp of our situation. The gondola moved up quite a bit off the ground. It's dark, so I don't know for sure, but we're probably about 10 meters up. Moe, what do we do? Tsukasa pleads for me for guidance with a terrified cry. There doesn't seem to be a way to stop the Ferris wheel. Is there something we can do? I have no clue what could be. Now's not the time to be sitting down. Now is exactly the time to be sitting down. And just cry. The gondola's off the ground. Even if we get the door open, we're way too high up to jump out. Now is the exact time to be sitting. This is wrong. This is very wrong. How can a machine that isn't being powered move on its own? This is the time to have a chilling ride. Yeah, a chilling ride, as me in that personal situation would be sitting there bawling my eyes out because I hate heights. We could scream out the window, but no one's around to hear. We need to do something ourselves. Nano machine, son! No way. There's a girl. Hanging in the air. It can't be. I don't want to look. But I can't tear my eyes away. That must be the corpse from the rumors. The corpse's skin is melting. Like it's been eaten away with acid. Its face has been melted. There's a nose and mouth in the wrong place. Why is there a finger growing out of the face? There's no way, there's just no way unless... It's a spirit. Just like the great Kairazu. Why do you see that? There's a giant fly clinging to its face. It's eating the corpse. The flies are coming into the gondola. And we're back here. Damn it. What the hell? Tsukasa screams hysterically at the giant flies suddenly buzzing around us. But all the shouting isn't making the situation better. What do we do now, Moe? At this rate, we'll die. We can't let that happen. I don't want to die. 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 I'll definitely survive together with Tsukasa. In order to do that. That's right, Tsukasa. Did you bring some insect repellent? Why would I randomly bring something like that? Then do you have anything bugs hate? Hell if I know, don't ask me. Why don't you? No, wait a second. There's a certain smell that almost all bugs hate. A certain smell. The only thing I have on me right now might give off a smell is the hard candy tin from the candy drops. When hard candy's licked, the scent gives off is actually surprisingly strong. A big bug is still a bug. If we can force them to face the hated smell, they might scurry away. Hey, how long are you gonna just stand there? Hurry up and do something already! Right, now's not the time to idly think. We need to act. I don't want to die here. I don't want to be responsible for getting Tsukasa killed either. Time to do things only way I know how. Live or die. There's 3 flavors of hard candy left in there. Melon, salt, and peppermint. Which one do I like? I hope I choose the right one. Eat the peppermint. It's the flavor I hate the most, but I hate these bugs more. Take the peppermint flavored candy from the tin and give it a few good licks. The strong scent of peppermint fills the air around us. When it does, the flies start flying erratically, as if they're trying to evade the smell. They flee outside the hole in the window. Safe. I made the correct choice. Yes, it works somehow. We chased them out. I see cement really is what bugs hate the most. They couldn't stand the smell of peppermint. Way to go, Moe, for remembering that. Feel free to look up to me as a role model. But I'm the one that taught you that. I told you my mom grew mint and used it as insect repellent, remember? I guess you did say something about that. You're pretty unfazed by this. You're clearly acting like you normally would and trying to take all the credit. Moe, look over there. Oh my god. Dude, what's with these things? Moe, we need more of that peppermint smell quick. Sorry. I got spooked that I accidentally swallowed it. You what? Are you an idiot? Those bugs will just come back inside if there's nothing to drive them off. No. No, this is the end for us. It's time the fly's food will be. I can totally sympathize with him. I don't want to be fly food. We have to do something to drive him away somehow. Our foes are monster flies that are linked to a spirit, so shooing them away probably won't do any good. I'd love if I had some kind of powerful object like a warding talisman that bugs are viscerally afraid of, but... Stick the stickers to the window. I believe flies would be scared of these things if they eat them. Like snakes and frogs. So then... Tsukasa tried sticking the Kurobo stickers around the hole in the window. What? What's with that all of a sudden? These frog stickers, how in the world is that gonna help? Stop thinking and just do it! Together, Tsukasa and I tried placing a bunch of stickers around the hole in the window. After we do... The flies flee from the hole, almost as if they're trying to get away from the frog stickers. This was definitely the correct choice. We did it! Success! We must give thanks to Kid Apple. I'd say these solutions are quite questionable. Yeah! I'm not gonna lie. You gotta be kidding me. Why did these stickers work? Frogs are the natural enemies of flies. So obviously, a law of the god of this mountain is laid down that even spirits can't violate. We're able to chase off the flies thanks to Kerepo. Oh. Hello? Oh, did you want to leave the room, sweetie? She wanted to get some water. And that's not all. Sometime during the commotion, the hanging corpse disappeared. I noticed that I'm no longer trembling. Fears left my body. In its place is a different feeling that now fills me. That feeling is excitement. My heart is pounding so hard from the excitement of the situation that it surprises me. Amazing. A hanging corpse and giant flies. The rumors of Kairazu's amusement park are true. Very questionable. This is a major scoop, right? The Ferris wheel's still moving. As creepy as it is that a rusted Ferris wheel is moving on its own, I pray that it just keeps going. It would suck if it stopped suddenly. Imagine surviving all that just to get stuck up in the air. Soon after we reached the ground level. Oh. Oh, you wanted water and then you want me to tuck you in. Okay. The door to the gondola thankfully unlocks, and Tsukasa and I get out in a hurry. Finally back on solid ground. Tsukasa's condition is... He's been silent for a while now. Are you okay? I mean, I know you're down and all, but... What? How in the world could I be okay? Don't you understand? We were this close to dying. The fact that we're still breathing is a miracle. One wrong move and we could have ended up like that corpse. I'm sorry you had a scary experience like that because of me. Don't misunderstand the situation. In the gondola, it was definitely your fault that I lost my temper, boy. But I made the decision to come here on my own, so I'll take responsibility for these consequences. Plus, you did try and stop me, Moe. What a very earnest Tsukasa-esque response. He speaks bluntly, but he's kind of tart. But honestly, that's not what I'm really mad about. I'm worried about you, Moe. And I still am now, even more so. Despite that terrifying near-death experience, you show no signs whatsoever of learning anything at all from it. Maybe. Are you capable of self-awareness at all? If you are, then please stop and reflect on your actions. Though in your case, Moe, I feel like I'm wasting my breath. Anything I say will just go in one ear and out the other. Have I mentioned how rude Tsukasa can be? He seems to be acting like his normal self, though. Were he a normal elementary schooler, this experience would have no doubt traumatized him for life. To be honest, I'd be like, boy, maybe. But he survived with the Mark incident. This experience will only toughen him up. Well, let's hurry and get out of this amusement park before we have any more awful experiences tonight. Sure, we'll go. Oh, God! What was that just now? A woman's spirit? Did you see it too, Moe? Yeah, I sure did. Is that spirit one of the amusement park victims? This is bad. This is bad. We have to get out of here. I can't believe I knew that was coming, and I thought it was later on, and it got me. Oh my cutie. Hang on. Just now, over in the direction of the Torii Gate, I thought I saw something move. A Tsukasa? No, this didn't get me. I thought the image was cool. There's no reply. It looks like Tsukasa's already gone on ahead. I swallow hard. Someone there? There's something right under the Torii Gate. It's too dark to make out what it is. It looks like a person standing still. But the outline of their figure, that's wrong somehow. My heart begins to beat uncontrollably. It's Cthulhu! I recall the memory of that time in H Elementary School. The feeling of the air turning to ice cold. That thing is probably much more dangerous than the flies. The spirit. Watanabe. The shadow underneath the Torii Gate vanishes. Just now. The thing said Watanabe. I run towards the exit and run. I have to hurry and rejoin Tsukasa. Took you long enough, Moe. Even after I gave you all those warnings, you still went and took a detour. I guess I wasn't wrong in thinking who reminded me of. I'm curious to know who you think. Moe? I took a small break on the way. I just got tired of running is all. Guess that's normal since you don't exercise. Yashiki! Jeez, if you don't do any regular physical activity, you're gonna end up getting overweight! Tsukasa! They say that women have a harder time burning off their subcutaneous fat, you know. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. I'll just keep quiet about what happened earlier. Tsukasa's already anxious. I don't want to make it worse. Let's go back, Moe. Looks like the bus will be here soon. Tsukasa, remind me. No! From that point on, we board the bus and leave H Amusement Park behind. I walk Tsukasa back to his house. As he says goodbye, he also tells me this. Moe, don't go to H Amusement Park anymore. I want you to promise me. I don't answer him. I just wave my hand and say goodbye. I then return to my own home. Despite getting home so late, I somehow received no lecture. The fact that I have so many brothers is probably why the household is anything but overprotected. There's no expectations placed on me, so I don't have to stress about my bad grades. We're a carefree bunch, and I like it like that. After a bath, I quickly crawl into bed. I have homework to do, but I don't care anymore. The exhaustion from tonight's events is too powerful. I close my eyelids. Do I have Detective LeBlanc for this CG that's coming up? Does he work? Oh, he does. Oh my god, why is he so huge? Mr. LeBlanc, why are you so big? Why do you take up the whole screen? You were supposed to be small. I think it was for one spoiler. Oh, that might have been why. My mind immediately starts thinking of H amusement park. The weird corpses at the Ferris wheel, the man-eating giant flies, the suspicious spirit. This is already a super strange case. I should probably hand this over to an adult. That's the sensible decision here. But if I do so, my scoop about Kairazu's amusement park will no longer be mine. That thought is so frustrating. And besides... Yep. Watanabe. The mysterious spirit definitely called out my name. I'm also curious to know how late it is if Moe's parents don't even say anything about her staying out this late. I don't know, because they don't actually say how long she stays out. I'm assuming she's at least been there for a few hours, so... maybe she gets home around, like, 11 o'clock or something? It also depends on what... Okay, so hold on. Wait, if this takes place after Chapter 6, this means it would have already been going into winter, so it would be getting darker hours earlier in the day. So, okay, yeah, possibly maybe around 10 or 11 doing that. I'm curious. The mysterious spirit definitely called out my name, so I want to solve that mystery on my own. It's scary, but if I'm gonna be a journalist, I need a determined mindset. Because when Chapter 5 finished in the first Death Mark, it was just ending with summer and going into fall, and then Chapter 6 takes place during fall going into winter, so yeah, it'd be in the winter time now. I have to decide, do I back out of the case and leave it to an adult, or do I continue pursuing the case on my own? Okay, so this is technically an ending choice. I'm gonna keep going with the story. If you do and leave it to an adult, she just goes to Yasuoka and it cuts off there. And that's it. So we're gonna pursue. It would be nice if this episode also gives Moe some character development. Yeah! I'll pursue this case in my own power. I may regret this decision later, though. Like, I guess maybe she gets a little bit, but not too much. She gets like a little bit of character development. We get to learn a little bit more about some characters, like we get to learn a little bit about Moe. We got to learn a little bit about Tsukasa from some of the dialogue. We get to learn a little bit about Mashida and Yashiki. So like there's little bits, but it's finally able to fall asleep. Maybe the relief from the resolution put my mind at ease. I definitely won't be having any good dreams tonight. No, you're not. But I don't think I'll be seeing any nightmares either. New info was added to the spirit file. Hold on a second. I have a message. Who is messaging me? Oh, my friend was showing off her sister's new puppy, and he's very cute. Hold on, I can send you a picture of the puppy. He is a husky German shepherd mix. It's so small. Do you want to save? Sure do. The next day, during class, I ignored my teacher and continued thinking about the case. What should I do for tonight's investigation? Giant flies, the mysterious spirit near the Torii Gate. Asian Amusement Park is obviously a super dangerous place. It's so small and fluffy and needs tons of love. There's no way I can bring Tsukasa back there again. Going in there alone is scary. Okay, I should get one of the mark bearers to help me. Mister's still missing, so it has to be someone else. And the one who suddenly comes to mind is Ada, or Mashida. Who would you choose? I'm just letting it sit here until you make a choice. I'd presume Ada. Okay, we'll choose Ada. I wonder about Ada. He's well informed and looks into the rumors a lot. But he's pretty lacking in the strength department. We'll be walking all over the park for this investigation. He may not be a great pick for the situation. Alright, next person, who are you gonna choose? Okay, we're gonna go with I. Maybe I. We're both girls, so I feel comfortable with her. I is a delight. Oh, but right now she's busy recording her music. Being an idol sure seems tough. You know, I really enjoy being with a carefree, ordinary person. I have the freedom to go to the spirit spots whenever I please. With that in mind, there's only one person to choose. Well, who are you gonna choose? Of course it has to be Mashida. He can take the initiative, he's got a sharp mind, he's strong, he's not tied down by common sense. He does have flaws, of course. He clicks his tongue a lot, he's super blunt, and he got discharged for sexual harassment. Oh wait, that was a false charge, wasn't it? Yes, it was, Moe, he's told you this. Anyway, he's a comrade who helped with investigating his spirit during the Mark incident with me. I'll definitely help if I talk to him. After school gets out, I head to H-City train station. After the Mark incident, Mashida became a private detective. He's renting an office in the shopping district in front of the station. This is Detective Mashida's office. I can't believe they gave him an entirely new OST as well. I arrive at the intended building and descend the stairs. I've come here 3 times, and every time I think to myself, why is this office underground? I feel like this is inconvenient for clients to enter. The rent's cheaper, Moa, that's why. Excuse me. Door's unlocked, so I let myself in. Inside, I'm greeted by a bleak office with bare concrete walls as decoration. If I worked in a place like this, I'd get depressed really quickly. He's a vampire, maybe? That sure is a tough one. Someone's here digging in the locker. That uniform can only belong to... Hey, Sho! What the Oh, hey, Watanabe. You scared me. I thought you were Mashida. This is Sho Nagashima, a third-year high school student and also a former delinquent. Among the mark bearers, he's the closest to my age. He's also pretty talkative. He seems to respect Mashida a lot. Why are you here, Sho? Huh? Didn't I tell you? I help out the boss after school. I'm a private detective's assistant. Pretty cool, right? I do not believe you. That's a lie. There's no way a lone wolf like Mashita would be alright with something like that. Well, okay, yeah, the truth is I'm not. I did ask him to make me his assistant, but he denied me. After some persistence, he lets me do chores for him. I come by here every other day to clean the office. Mashita got annoyed and made him a maid. Sho is really immediately following what Mashita tells him. By the way, where is Mashita? That's what I want to know too. 1 week ago, he and Old Man Yashiki went out somewhere and he hasn't been back since then. He's not even picking up his cell. Mister's not just out, but he's actually with Mashita when they went missing. Sho is the cleaning lady. That was unexpected. Those two are investigating a bizarre incident. What kind of incident? They are missing together. This scoop. The easiest scoop she will ever have. No idea. Which is what bothers me. He wouldn't tell me what it was. Which is why I figured I'd try digging around his office. If he left a report or notes about the incident, then I could figure out where he was headed or something. No, I'm enjoying them! I was doing the same thing. It was like, oh yeah, they've been missing a week, and it's like, I see, so that's why he was digging around here in the locker when I showed up. I love how Sho knows Mashita has been missing for like a week and doesn't report him. I didn't consider that. That's true, both of them have been missing a week and they're just like, nah, that's fine. The incident those two are investigating. I'm interested in learning about it too. Okay, I'll help you out. Let's get to search and show. You're sure excited about the honeymoon sandlots. God, I wish. You're sure excited about the I should probably not. Masha's avoiding me. I must find him. Why wouldn't I be? It's a rare chance to be able to do for Mashita's office after all. It's generic office furniture. It's all perfectly polished and everything, but I've literally never seen it used. His clients don't even come to the office in the first place. When he sees me making a "seriously?" expression, Sho begins to explain. I'll have the request that the boss man gets it from the old lady Yasuoka. His meetings happen outside a lot. Then why does he need an office? Hell if I know, ask the boss. Because sometimes it's nice to decorate your place that you're always working. If it was generic, it gets boring and doesn't make it personalized, Sho. It's a large old-style television. And the rack beneath it is a video cassette recorder. Hey Sho, what kind of programs does Mashita watch? The boss doesn't watch any TV. He doesn't use that TV for anything other than watching videotapes for information. That sounds very much like a Mashita thing to do. That fits my image of him, but it's also boring. I expected it to be some kind of unknown quirk. Maybe he watches animal programs or super into variety shows. In the corner is a rack full of alcohol bottles lined up. I've had this question since I last visited this place. Guess I'll try and ask Sho about it. Hey, why is there alcohol here? Mashita loves his alcohol. He shares his bed with Yoshi. He drinks the expensive looking brandy straight at night, you know. That's not what I mean. Isn't this supposed to be his workplace? Oh. Oh, Moe. You have no idea. At work. At both, Crafton and Striking Distance, I knew at least 4 different people that kept alcohol at their desk. In their drawers. And all different kinds of prices. They offered me some, multiple occasions, but I don't drink. But yes, more people keep alcohol at their desks than you think. Well, Well, it's his company in his office. If he wants alcohol in here, it's gonna be there. Like, literally, we had a whole table for alcohol night that we would have every Wednesday. No one cared. For a former cop, I thought he'd be more strict about things like, no. 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 He's surprisingly no, he just doesn't care. Pretty much a Wilbur scale your bookwork it is. There's a home shrine that feels out of place for a detective's office. I wonder why this is here. I make an earnest request for the gods for protection. Mashida is investigating a bizarre incident. Something like this must be done properly. If I screw up, I'll be haunted by spirits. Gee, I wonder why this man constantly encountering spirits would keep a shrine in his office. The rows of binders lined up in the locker. There's a bunch of them, mostly unused. Makes sense, he only started working as a private detective recently. Only a few binders are in use. I scan the labels and further spines. I stop at one label in the binders. The words in the spine label are Missing Persons Case at H Amusement Park. I presume a workplace would keep alcohol away. No, it isn't very... I mean, it depends. Like, I've been in a couple places where it's like, oh yeah, we just keep them at the desk, but I mean, it's like, if it's really only them, and this is a locked building, you cannot get in without a key kind of thing, then it's fine. Like, if this is a different place where, like, kids could readily get in there, then yeah, hide that, but... This is... I take the binder in my hands and open it. Inside are several sheets of documents and notes. It looks like Mr. and Mashida were both looking into the rumors about each amusement park. It started 2 weeks ago. They were asked by someone from a property company for help. We're looking into redeveloping H Amusement Park. But there's these weird rumors that keep giving us trouble. Can you look into it was the request. First thing they did was gather reports about the amusement park's history. The documents in this binder are what they discovered. The park closed down due to the rumors of the Great Kairazu. This is all stuff I already know. This I didn't know about. It says before the park was built here, there was a shrine. On A Mountain, where not H Apartments, H Amusement Park is, there was once a shrine built back in the Meiji period. It was a small Tenmangu shrine that was developed by a god of learning, Sugawara no Michizane. But 30 years ago, H Amusement Park was built on the place where the shrine was. The torii gate in the park was originally part of the shrine. One of the dogs is snoring behind me. The shrine was torn down and the park was built in its ruins. The shrine's god was enraged and became a vengeful deity. Thus, the spirit called the Great Kairazu was born. Well, that sure is an unbelievable story. I see. Sho was reading the documents alongside me. His face has gone completely stiff. Almost like taking everything he has to stop from freaking out. Oh yeah, he's really scared of paranormal things. All that talk of spirits in the documentary probably spooked him. Final page says follow-up investigation required. In other words, this was written when they were still in the middle of their investigation. I may have learned something new afterwards. I should ask Mashi about him if I meet him. New info was added to the spear file. It's a steel coat stand with a variety of coats and suits hanging off it. Oh, there's a deep red shirt. Samashi wears stuff like this too. That's a surprise. I guess he has a taste for flashy clothing. I see you, blue end Easter egg. It's Chief Mashida's desk. Writing tools and a computer on a phone. Pretty much all of his important things all in one place. There's also a mountain of cigarette boxes, as you'd expect from a heavy smoker. I already looked through everything on his desk on the computer, but I didn't find any useful information. So Sho already finished looking through everything here. And what about the drawer? Well, wait, they're both missing. If it's not a honeymoon, then it's probably amusement park's fault. And the spirit's calling you by name. It's either of them. Connect the I didn't touch it. Did you see what's written there? Sho points to the desk drawer. Do not touch. There's a note written in red pen stuck to the drawer. Open it. This is a warning, it's obviously directed at Sho, but I'm not Sho. It must not apply to me, so I ignore the note's command and open the drawer. There was an alarm planted on it? Why would there be something like this in here? That's so freaking loud! Watanabe, hurry and do something! Do something, he says. What am I supposed to do about the alarm? Break it. Damn it, this is all I can think to do! I throw the alarm on the floor and stomp at it repeatedly until it finally stops. I can't stand characters not connecting dots. I'm sorry, I love how there's only two choices. They're on their honeymoon, or they're at the amusement park. It can be both. Oh, we done it now. How do we explain this to the boss? Yeah, when that time comes, I'll take the blame with you when he scolds us. More importantly, time to look through the drawer's contents. If you installed an alarm, that means there's gotta be some important stuff in it. What should we look at? The old photo. Pictured in the photo are Mashida and a man. There's a date in the corner. It was taken 5 years ago. Mashida's wearing a police uniform. The uniform means this is when he was in the police box duty. I remember hearing that the police detectives wore plain clothes. And the surprise of all surprises is that there's a smile on Mashida's face. The man I don't recognize is holding a lighter. It's the same one Mashida's always carrying. That lighter was a memento from his senior, if I recall correctly. Which means the man next to Mashida's is senior. This photo really means a lot to him. I feel like I just invaded someone's privacy. I'm really sorry about that, Mashida. What should we look at next? Paper bag. It's a pretty ordinary paper brown bag. Looks like there's something inside. I press my finger against the paper bag to feel the item without actually taking it out. It feels small enough to carry in one hand. Made of metal. The tip is kind of a cylindrical shaped. Is this a cold sweat breaks out. This is a gun. We're just gonna pretend we didn't even notice this thing. What should I look at? Like device. Squarish device made from plastic. It's an easy grasp grip and there's several metal spikes jutting out. Is this a stun gun? When I hold it, it feels quite light. This would be good for self-defense. I don't know if it would work on spirits, but at least try and keep me safe from delinquents. I'll just go ahead and borrow this Mashida. Got a stun gun. That's a Z solution. That includes the examination in the drawer. It's a shame there wasn't a clue about where Mashida was headed. We're done looking through all the areas of interest. So, the boss is with the old man, and they're really headed towards H Amusement Park? Seems like it. But if we can't get in contact with them, that means the Great Kairazu might have gotten them. Hey, Watanabe, you know what's going on? Come on, spit it all out then. Anxiety in my chest grows. I want to unload everything on what's happened with someone, so I tell Sho everything that's happened the night before. So, what's that mean? The reason the boss and the old man are missing is because of a spirit. Maybe. There's no way. That powerful duo wouldn't let any spirit beat them. You're right! Right? Well, it's not impossible that they've gotten into trouble. They do well in fights, but if someone gets behind them with a bat in the night, on a night road, they're out. Sho rubs the back of his own head. Was he talking about his own experience just now? Yes, he was, when he tried to beat them up at the hotel. Watanabe, you're going to H Amusement Park, right? Yep, this is a scoop I just can't ignore. And take me with you too. You may need the muscle. Really? Are you sure? Are you gonna be okay? There's definitely gonna be spirits. That won't be a big deal. Girl like you is prepared for the worst, so I gotta man up. No way am I gonna let myself be scared as this man is shaking like a wet dog. When it comes to spirits, I don't really think it makes a difference if you're a boy or a girl, though. In any case, I'm happy that Sho is coming. Thank you, Sho. I'm not doing it for you. If the boss and the old man are in a tough spot, then this is my chance to have him really owe me one, right? I heard that Sho caused some trouble for Mister during the Red Riding Hood incident. But if you look at it that way, then I also caused some trouble for him during the Hanahiko incident. Heck, if I do this well, maybe the boss might fully accept me as an assistant. That's not happening. Then I can graduate from doing chores. That's also not happening. I want to be accepted as a journalist. Sho wants to be accepted as an assistant. You're pretty alike. Like Sho, there is literally one character only Mashita has put that invitation to, and it's not you. When Sho and I exit the office, it's already become dark outside. Let's begin the night investigation. We take a bus from the station and head to H Amusement Park. Yesterday I didn't believe that there were any spirits there, but tonight's different. There's definitely something in the park. The air around H Amusement Park is the same as yesterday. With the same faint, unpleasant chill. Aw, man. If the old man's car were here, that'd be a quick way to know whether he came here or not. Didn't you say it was in the garage? Yeah. But if he was coming here, why didn't he take his car? I'm not sure. Maybe he came here after dropping by the boss's office. There's not much parking in H City's train station. It'd be a hassle to try and park a car or a bike. Let me see now. Oh, right, Watanabe, you brought your cell phone, right? Yep, got it right here. I pulled up my cell phone from the bag and show it to him. I bought it with some money from my part-time job. Cool. We should begin then. I forgot mine at home. If we have an emergency situation and you call for help, then I'll be counting on you. You got it! Before putting it in my bag, I checked the signal. The antenna displays keep jumping between strong and weak, so it looks like the connection's not great. We're on a mountain. I wonder if there's any network station nearby. Alright, let's go ahead and make our presence known. Lead the way, Watanabe. Okay, so I know there's nothing to pick up right here at the moment, so let's go. Whoa, there really is a Torie here. So this really was part of that shrine. What's wrong? You shaking? Just a little. Yesterday I saw an odd human figure here. Oh, right, you said something about that. Ugh. I just remembered something I didn't want to. I didn't want to think it was a possibility, but... Did that human figure look like a slug at all? Yeah. So those rumors were true. Rumors? Well, you know those punks that used to come to this place? One of my buddies knew him. And what I heard from him was there were these monsters in H Amusement Park called Slugmen. Listen to me, those rumors. They're true. They're absolutely true. H Amusement Park is bad news, man. Don't ever go there. You don't want to turn into a slug man, do you? You don't want to end up like he did. It was a pretty gloomy summer night story. There were a bunch of those punks screwing around near the roller coaster platform. A whole lot of them were all fired up. Not a single one of them was scared of any of the rumors of the Great Kairazu or whatever. When they'd just about gotten tired of messing around, one guy who was too drunk suddenly went to stand up. He was reclining on one of the seats in the roller coaster earlier. There really was no reason for him to do it. The seat was dripping wet. But since he was drunk off his ass, he didn't really care about all that. For a while, everyone just figured he was nodding off or something. So once he finally sobered up a bit, he tried to stretch his legs and stand up. But he couldn't. Even though the power was off. The safety bars had come down over the seat. There's no way the bars should have been able to come down like that. And then... the roller coaster started to move. Oh, that guy was still on the ride freaking out. It took off speeding along the rails and disappeared into the darkness. After a while, the roller coaster came back. The guy was still sitting on the seat, looking down. It was too dark to see anything, but the guy's head, it looked like it was swollen. And when the guy lifted his head, his head had transformed into a slug monster. The other punks all cheesed it and left him behind. Since then, no one knows where the guy who turned into a slugman went or what happened to him. Cute! He never came back from the amusement park. Everyone says he transformed. Oh! Hello? Oh, I hit the capture card for a second. Whoops! He transformed because of the Great Kairazu's curse. Oh, there we go. Okay, it disappeared. That was the rumor of the Slugman. Let me actually be here. The Slug monster from the rumors. Maybe that's what happened to the strange figure I saw in the darkness. I sat my foot up near the table and I didn't think it would bump the capture card, but I was wrong. The hanging corpse from the Ferris wheel, the Slugman on the roller coaster. Nothing's evolved or different, but both victims had never returned from the amusement park. Is this the work of the Great Kairazu after all? So, what's an update? Which area are we gonna investigate? Moe. See, I guess we should check out that roller coaster. I haven't investigated that area yet. According to the map on the pamphlet, the roller coaster platform is to the left. I really don't want to go, but I guess there's no helping it. Alright, roller coaster's here. Here we come. Hang on. I want to go check out the places I went to yesterday one more time. I might discover something new in those places. Fine, if you want. I don't mind where we go, so just go ahead and decide. New info! Okay, I think there is a talisman on this one. Yeah, there is. Hello? Oh. Thought I saw something new there for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember that. This proves my theory. It's either turned into a slug. Is there someone sitting in the teacup over there? Might just be an illusion. Let's go, Watanabe. We rush over to the teacup. Oh, this guy's having a real rough day. It's a corpse. Its face is frozen to terror, with slugs all over it. And the mouth, and the eyes, and the ears are all... look like eggs. What the heck is this? Piercings in a patterned shirt. Was this one of the delinquents who hung around here? Show as calm and cool as he looks over the corpse. Apparently, he's okay with grisly stuff as long as it isn't spirit-related. I'm glad I brought him along. What's with all these slugs? They don't seem natural. No! Show! What gave you that idea? I think it's the work of a spirit. I hear his voice begin to quiver, probably because he's now realized spirits are involved. On the other hand, that realization calms me down a bit. This is an unnatural phenomenon, no matter how you slice it. This is a journalist's intuition.
There has to be a connection between the slugs and the slug. No. Moe, what made you think there's a connection between the slugs and slugmen? This corpse is definitely implanted with eggs. The slugman killed him and implanted eggs in him. And the eggs hatched from the mouth and the slugs. Ugh. Saying this to myself, I start to feel sick. Something's on the floor. She reaches towards something near the corpse's feet. What he picked up was a coat. I feel like I've seen this coat color somewhere before. This is the boss's coat! What the heck is this doing here? I have no idea, but now I'm certain of something. Mashida definitely came here. Mr. 2 most likely. What the hell? Obtained Mashida's coat. When I dig around inside the coat pockets, I find some cigarettes and a lighter. These may come in handy. I'll just borrow them for a bit. Obtain cigarettes and oil lighter. Poor slugs, they deserve a better home than a corpse. No, you don't say. Hey, Watanabe. I just had an awful thought, but... What is it? It's about Mashida. If the boss dropped his coat, then that means something bad probably happened to him. How so much without his coat is here, heresy. Yeah, probably. If that's the case, then the boss... Do you think he got turned into a slug man? It's possible. Oh, so you think so too? Guess you can't fool a woman's intuition now. I'm all anxious. I don't think that's a version of the boss. I don't think that I can defeat a version of the boss that got turned into a monster. Okay, we will need to come back that way, but there's a different thing I need to pick up to the left. Can I do the thing in the Torii Gate? Come on! Okay, so I can do the things in here first real quick. On the Torii Gate is a huge plaza. It used to hold all sorts of events in this area. I remember seeing a mascot show here when I was a kid. Ah, this place is big enough to put down a whole baseball field. Sure feels wasteful to leave a place like this empty. Alright, shows into baseball. Maybe seeing a vast area like this triggers something in boys that like sports. Watanabe, we came all the way here, so let's be sure to look at everything that catches your eyes, starting from one end. Yeah, okay, there's another thing I need to pick up first real quick before we do this. Climb the rusted stairs that give off a worrying creaking sound. Finally reached the roller coaster platform. So this is the place where the slugman appeared in the rumors. This is the place, right, Sho? There's no response. Sho isn't here. Sho, where are you? My bad. There could be a slugman here, right? I was just preparing myself so I don't get scared if we bump into one suddenly. Oh my head, it's being like crazy. At least tell me ahead of a time, jeez. Thanks to you, I've got knots on my stomach. Let's give this place a thorough investigation. Okay, so I need to check here. Shelves lined up in the corner of the platform. Take a look. Cardboard box and a basket that's been left behind. Touch it. Inside the cardboard box, I see. Got herbicide. This amusement park surrounded by a lot of nature, keeping the plants under control is important. Maybe we'll use this for something. Let's bring this with us. It's a control room for the roller coaster. Go inside. Oh, the door's unlocked. I thought he'd eaten Nature's Call too, but it was a big one. You cautiously enter. It's a narrow booth with just a control panel, but there's something interesting on the floor. Got a shovel. I do my best fighting when I'm barehanded, so go ahead and take it, Watanabe. You can use it to defend yourself. He spouts off like it's an obvious thing, but normal people don't view a shovel as a weapon, do they now? Okay, now we leave. Okay, now we're gonna go back. Now we're gonna go... Hello? There's no signage, but it seems that there's a counter. I'm guessing this must be the information kiosk. The window looks to be slightly open. If we can get it open, do you think we can slip in? True, I didn't notice it yesterday. That's a bit frustrating. Okay, now we're gonna use a shovel. Wait, what am I trying to use this? You can do smash it with that? That's not what I was thinking. If you put this in the gap, maybe you can use it as a lever to force the window open. Unless that was your plan. Let's give it a shot. She puts the tip of the shovel into the gap of the window, and with a single exertion, the window makes a loud noise and it slides open. Whoa, nice job. Alright, let's get to it. After looking around inside, got a large thermos. Maybe someone forgot this, so it's less property. Maybe this will be useful for something. I'll just go ahead and borrow it. Okay, now we go back. Now we're gonna go right. Now we're gonna go up. Now we're gonna look right here. Scussus said the bag had some kind of chemical or something in it yesterday. Sodium chloride. I wonder if we ever need to use this for something. Looks like some kind of chemical. I don't have a clue, but I feel like the old man would probably just take some with him just in case. I sort of remember him using some chemical back in one in the forest and it worked pretty well. Mister said that things you find in places where spirits live have some sort of meaning or something like that. But those bags look really heavy. When I glance over at Sho... Are you insane? You're nuts if you think I'm gonna drag this big-ass bag around while we're running around investigating. Why don't you do it? You even have a perfectly good bag to fill it up, don't you? No way, I have lots of things in here. I'd be in big trouble if those chemicals reacted with something in my bag and we couldn't stop it. Okay, you have a point there. Guess I gotta find some container! Well, that's fine. I have a thermos. Alright, we can use some to put it in the thermos that I borrowed from earlier. We open up the big bag and carefully scoop some road salt into the large thermos. Got road salt with thermos. This is perfect. Anything here? Hello? Oh no, it's just the rust. Alright, I think that is it for right here. Sorry, I look over and I see a Steam notification and there's another friend that has started like that Fantasy Life game. I'm good. What was that just now? That was a giant fly just now. That startled me. I thought the flies from yesterday were attacking again. Did we just experience a haunting, damn it? Suddenly showing up out of the blue. Just felt. Sorry, Luna. I didn't mean to wake you up. Look at the ground. There's a few white flowers poking out among the weeds. I think these are white clovers. How nostalgic. I remember when I would look for these four-leaf clovers as a kid. Danny! No? Here. It's an old bench made of wood, stained with dirt and mud, and it's unpleasant to sit on. Looks like no one used it for a very long time.
Huh?
There should be something I should...
Huh?
The forest surrounding the park rustles and stirs. I thought something was popping out it was terrifying. Let's try not to look too much. Deep in the plaza, you can see a shadowy outline from the Ferris wheel in front of the forest. What happened over there yesterday? Let's not think about that. Okay, that got it to work. Do not defile mine land. I will not forgive you, human. I heard a voice mingle with the sound of the wind. Voice full of anger and resentment. That would normally terrify Sho, but since he's still calm, it seems like I'm the only one that heard it. I'm sorry, did you want to go out, Nick, since I scared you when I jumped? Sorry, I think Nyx got annoyed when I jumped because of the flies, so I let her leave the room. But Luna's just like, no, I'm comfy, I'm not moving at all. Could have been the voice of a vengeful spirit. Do not defile mine land. Didn't really pay much attention to it earlier, but after the voice mentioned it, I noticed this plaza has a lot of trash strewn around the place. Wouldn't picking it up help appease the vengeful spirit? Poor baby. Grass in the area is much more overgrown, and the grass is a discarded crushed spray can. Looks like an empty can of spray can. No doubt work of delinquents. This is definitely trash. I pick it up? Yeah. I don't want the vengeful spirit to haunt me, so I should pick up the trash. Got a crushed spray can. Just making sure I get all of this. When I look closely, I notice a patch of bare ground where there's nothing growing. Use the shovel. Start digging up the mysterious patch. Dirt's softer than I thought it would be. Digging up is pretty easy. I wonder if there's some kind of buried treasure here, like a spirit tool or a cursed item. Ah! Buried underneath the dirt was a leaky, rusted battery. I see, so that's why no grass was growing here. It's because of the soil pollution. Joe seems very satisfied with this conclusion. I wasn't expecting him to have any knowledge about this. I have a powerful urge to make a joke. Huh? Oil dilution? No, you idiot, soil pollution. It was a joke. Apparently Joe did not appreciate my attempt at a joke. The shit's leaking from the rusty-ass battery is contaminating the ground. It's an old zinc magnesia type battery, so it probably has some mercury in it. You probably already know that, but mercury's poisonous, so don't try and lick it or anything. I know that! He's really treating me like an idiot, jeez. Well, I guess I asked for it when I made the dumb joke. What to do with the battery? It's hazardous trash, should I pick it up? Yeah. Got the battery in multiple tissues and pick it up. Got the rest of the battery. Among the wild grass near the bench is a balled up rag. It's got a bit of dust on it, but it's a cute shade of pink. I think it also has some nice ribbons and frills. It's growing on me, so I decided to take it when I unfurl the rag. These are panties. Reflexively throw them away. Why is something like that here? Well, I can sort of guess. Bad guys like to hang out here. Naturally, you're gonna have a few of those types that want to get freaky. So it gives me an awkward justification. He's probably right, but isn't it weird to forget your underwear? It feels a bit like kind of a crime happened here. This place is kind of the ideal spot for that. No matter how loud someone cries or screams, no one's gonna come to save them. It could be that delinquents forcefully block girls here against their will, and let's not continue the train of thought any further. I'm starting to get sick. I'll leave it at that. It's definitely garbage. Should I pick it up and dispose of it? Yes, we're gonna throw this away. Another painting's been picked up. It's gross, but I'll tough it out. It's forgivable because I'm a girl, but if Mr. and Mashi were the ones doing this, it'd be quite the scandalous scene. Watanabe? Right out of investigation, you have the bravery to take on anything. I respect the hell out of you a lot more now. Sho awkwardly tries to help. You do not have to touch it. Just let me hold on to it, okay? Okay, do not touch that one. We're surrounding the park, rustles and stirs. I thought there was something popping out of it, but it's terrifying. Let's try not to look at it too much. Okay, so I mean we actually look at this, but I can't pick this one up. Next to the bench stands a tree. I don't know the name of this type of tree, but there doesn't seem to be anything of interest about it. Hey, hang on. Isn't there something laying at the base of the trunk? Once Sho mentions it, now I direct my gaze lower, and there's a withered bouquet lying at the base of the tree. It's made of chrysanthemums and carnations. It's the type of bouquet you offer to a grave or a scene of an accident. But it's all withered up now. It'll return to the earth before long, but it could also be considered trash. But if it's an intended offering, then it might be better to leave it where it is. Should I pick it up, the withered bouquet? Nope. Okay, that should be all of it. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna save now. Okay, now we go this way. There's something different in this scenery. Something different. It's the safety bars. They show... The safety bars for the roller coaster were down before, weren't they? Actually, I don't remember. They're up now. Does that mean they moved on their own? The safety bars are up, which means we can sit in the seats now. Is it possible we're being lured into a trap? Well, let's take a seat. Roller coaster safety bars are up. If Sho believes the rumors are true, then the one guy from the group of delinquents sat in the ride and became a slug man. Watanabe, I really don't believe it, but why don't you try sitting in the seats? Normally, I wouldn't just sit there after hearing the rumors, but... During Mister's investigations, things always went as the rumors said. In order to pursue the truth, one must brave any danger. What should I do? Sit in the seats! Are you serious? Old man was also pretty crazy, but man, to think you're just as weird as he is. The seats are a bit damp. There's somewhat sticky liquid here. It's kind of like the liquid that covered the toolbox. I wipe the seat with my handkerchief and sit down. Fine, I'll tag along, damn it. Sho goes around on the opposite side of the roller coaster and sits in the seat next to me. So here we are, sitting down, but what do we do next? I'm a bit lost here. I'm just sort of going with the flow, so I haven't really put any thought into it. Come on, what should we do? I ain't got a clue. This is awkward. What should we do now? So I've actually never done these other two. I just went for standing up, so I'm actually curious what they say. Do small talk. Oh yeah, Sho. Have you heard about the Kona... Oh! I didn't expect them to talk about that. Have you heard about the Konohara Academy? There's been some weird rumors about that place recently. Oh! Huh. How about that? What did they say if we ask about romance? I'm curious. We'll do that after. You're kidding me. The safety bars came down. According to Slugman, I hit the thing again! According to the Slugman rumors about the delinquent, after the safety bars came down, the roller coaster took down the track. Took off through the tracks, and I hit the button. Damn it! I just made it. When I came back, the person on the right had been turned into a slug monster. This is bad. This is really bad. I'm gonna be turned into a slug woman. What an awful honeymoon mask. Pushed up and chosen. Sho, you're all toned and muscular, right? Use that strength of yours to push the bars up. What do you think I'm doing? I know. Come on, go up, you damn bars! Sho struggles to push the bars back up, but they don't budge at all. What was that voice just now? Hello? There's something over there. It's... the figure I saw underneath the Torii Gate. That thing is definitely a slug monster. A slug man. Damn it all, this was totally a trap. What do we do now, Watanabe? Don't ask me, I don't know what to do either. Damn it, damn it. Well, if this is really how the situation we're stuck in, the only thing we really do is take it down. Are you seriously gonna fight it? We can't even move. That doesn't matter. It would just be pathetic, you know? A guy like me failing to protect a girl. Yeah, great job, show. Crap, it's really close now. I have to do something. But what can I do when I can't even move? If I at least had some kind of weapon. Live or die. Things I have which are considered weapons are a stun gun and a shovel. I guess Show's guts also count. Yeah, Show ain't gonna get us anywhere. Use the stun gun. I'll make the stun gun spark and wave it around to scare the Sligman. Look, get any closer and you'll be hit with this. It's all zappy. At that moment, the Sligman groans loudly. Wah. Wah. Ta. Na. Be. It said my name again. Hey, Watanabe. Do you know who this guy is? There's no way I do! Wait a second, maybe I do. If it's possible that the Sligman is actually someone I know, then... The Sligman begins to writhe in agony. In the blink of an eye, it disappears into the darkness. This choice was the correct one. Looks like it took off somewhere. Maybe it got scared off of me and ran off, don't you? No, it didn't show. Alright, maybe now we can get the bars up. No good. They still don't want to move at all. Hello! How did he... Damn it all, it didn't run off at all. He intends to do us both in. At this rate, we'll also be turned into them. No, I don't want that. I refuse to be a slug monster couple. Mr. Mashida, save us. It's over. It's just for me, but also... Why is Moe so not... She's not doing great this chapter. Wait a second. That face, it can't be. Yeah, it's him. Show, look at his face, look! The Slugman's Mashida, isn't it? What? You're right, it is the boss. Are you serious? The Slugman really is Mashida. If we can get him to remember who he is, then... Show me sing. I love the badmouth them option! I haven't chosen it, but that's so funny. Maybe this later will work. Here, can you see this? This later means a lot to you, right? If you're the boss, there's no way you'd forget it, right? As the Slugman uses the lighter, it seems to be reacting in pain. Mashida. You know, we can actually do that when we get to a safe point. I'm gonna go back because I'm curious about what the Royal Mancy option is. And I want to see what happens when you badmouth him. What is Moe going to say? They should have made the right choice as well. The Slugman makes a groaning sound and collapses to his seat. Suddenly the roller coaster safety bars go up. I don't really get it, but I guess we're safe now. Let's run away for now. Hurry, Watanabe. Yeah. We badmouthed them. That was the correct choice. Seems I made the correct choice. That's really funny. We went away from the roller coaster ride without even looking behind us. If it comes this far. Shit. To think the boss got turned into that, no doubt what happened to the old man too. There's no way. There's just no way. It's rough to see the ever-confident Sho be pathetically losing his cool like this. But I understand his feelings. I too... What do we do? My voice trembles with anxiety and fear. The inside of my head's all a mess. I can't think clearly. Watanabe, let's pull back for now. Huh? But what about Mashida? We have to do something. I know that. There's no way we can leave him like that. We'll inform old lady Yasuoka about the situation and have her do something to help. This incident is too much for us to handle. There's no way we can do this on our own. Oh, there he is. Yikes! Hi, buddy. When did he get here? What's the name we run? What Sho says makes sense. The correct thing to do is run away from here, but... Watanabe. The voice I heard at that time, it doesn't make sense for the Slugman version of Mashida would have intended it. It might have been something he just blurted out. But for me, what I heard was a wish to be saved. I may just be misunderstanding the situation, but that's how I heard it. Oh, here he comes! Slugman draws closer. There's no time to hesitate. I'm sorry, Sho. I want to save Mashida. My voice no longer trembles. It's not because of my fear has disappeared. It's just that my desire to save Mashida is stronger than my fear. Are you serious? Why exactly what do you have in mind? We don't exactly have any supernatural powers. We're just ordinary people. Mister and the others were also ordinary people. If they could find a way, so can I. Live or die. Right now, Mashida is a spirit. He could start attacking us any moment. What we're gonna try first thing to do is to get the Slugman to settle down. How do we get him to settle down? Well, that's very easy. We're gonna tase him. Technically, Yashiki can see ghosts in the supernatural, but okay, yeah, that was kind of what I thought too. It's like, you know, he kind of actually comes from a family known for this, but sure. I hope this will work, please. I reach out and jab him in the slug-coated stomach with a stun gun. I hit the button and unleash a spark. Once the electricity jolts the Slugman's body, he starts to slow down. That was the right call. Great job on Tasey. Yeah, it looks like it worked. It looked like it got the boss to chill. Yeah, but the stun gun's out of power now. Okay, what can we do now? We can do many things now that his movements have slowed down. Slugs, they're clinging all over to Mashida's body. If we can find some way to get rid of those things, then the situation might work out for us. Thinking about what the slug's weaknesses are, there's one thing that comes to mind is salt. Let's just go with this hunch and try it. How do we get rid of him? Throw salt candy at him! Just put herbicide on him, that'll work. Maybe this might work. I see road salt, huh? Yes, slugs do hate salt. Watanabe, pour it all out. Use the whole thing! You can leave it to me! Flee, you slugs! Slugman screams in agony as smoke begins to rise from his body. Yes, it's working! In a heartbeat, the slugs all shrivel and shrink away. Luna's watching the game! Are you enjoying Spirit Hunter, sweetheart? I did it! I really did it! I was able to actually do something! It's also so funny because salt is used as a purity, so you're doing both things. Yeah. I looked over at Luna and she had her head watching the game. Do you like Spirit Hunter, sweetie? Well, I think it's actually very cute because she and Nyx actually do like to watch TV. I've had it a couple times where I've come downstairs and they're watching TV with him. Slugs have been exterminated. Safe! That was definitely the right choice. Where the Slugman used to be. Toby didn't care for TV. Aww. Instead, we get a dripping CG of Mashita. It's not a collapsed Mashita. Space and clothes are drenched, obviously due to the slug slime. Clusters of slugs are still running around his face and clothes. Wow! Mashita doesn't move. He doesn't even try and brush away the slugs. Mashita! Mashita! This is wild! Yeah, that was my response too. They're like, wait, how can we top this? We've given them so many of Yashiki, we need one for Mashita. Get him that one! Call out to him. Mashita doesn't reply. He appears conscious, but his eyes are dead. He just stares into space as if he can't see us. Watanabe, you got your cell phone on you. Call for Old Man Daimon. I mean, the way he looks here and there, it's really sexy. Right? A doctor like Daimon could help him in this situation. Moe gets on the phone. Hey, I have an issue. What is it? We went to go find Yashiki and Mashita, and now Mashita is on the floor all wet and dripping. Daimon hangs up the call. Pull out my cell phone, open the contact. No, you're not. You are not wrong in the slightest. Let's see Diamond's numbers. As I'm searching, I realize something. Show, I can't. We're out of range. There's no reception here. What? But I think I had a signal near the entrance, though. Then hurry up and get over there. I'll keep an eye on the boss. Alright, I should be in range here. Anyway, it's so cool how the Morgue Bears keep in touch. I love that touch. I love how they didn't just like, okay, yeah, we're not speaking to each other anymore. Please pick up the phone, Daimon. No, I actually genuinely like it how they all keep in contact. Hello, this is Daimon speaking. Daimon, please help us! Mashita's in critical condition. He was attacked by a spear in an H amusement park. He's dripping wet. The fangirls are going nuts. Hurry, please come quickly. No good, I'm so frazzled that I can't use my words. Daimon has no clue what's going on. That's only confuse him more. I have to properly explain things to him. Seems to be an emergency situation. Is it urgent enough to require an ambulance? Maybe Mashita might wake up. Understood. I'll contact the hospital and let them know to send an ambulance to your location. Asian Music Park's on the one closed down, right? Yashiki's missing. If you sure his VA come to Yashida now. I'll make my way over as well. Go and wait somewhere safe. Got it, Watanabe? Yeah. Good, I'll see you later. He hangs up the phone. Daimon, thank you so much. I voiced the thoughts that failed to convey to Daimon. I believe Daimon wanted to ask for some more details, but he held back and calmly responded to me. Daimon really is mature, much different than a childish way I usually behave. Moe, you're a young teenager, and Daimon, they haven't given an age, but is at least in his older 30s. I turn around and run through the gate again. I have to report back to show. Thank you for being completely chill, Daimon. I dash back to the front of the torii gates as fast as I can. Yep, Darcy's still wet and moist. Mashida's condition's still unchanged. He's awake, but he's still completely adamant. We have to get him an old man here now that can save him. Show him back! Daimon's on his way! Show! I can't take this serious. I'm still losing. I wasn't talking about Show kissing Mashita. I call around, I don't see Show anywhere. So I'm gonna just yell for him. Breathe. Show, where are you? All I hear in response is, I hit the cord again! I'm laughing too hard! I hear in response is silence. Hold on, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, deep breaths. What? I can feel someone's gaze. Just like I did yesterday. But I thought the person gazing at me last night was Slugman Mashida. The wind blows. The damp, fishy smelling wind. It kind of felt like a sigh. Where did it come from? Who's there? Is someone there? This uneasy feeling gripping me, so I shout out of anxiety. The wind blows again. It's coming from the direction of the Torii Gate. You can't escape either. It's an ambulance's siren. I suddenly come to. What was that voice I heard? I definitely didn't imagine that. It said, you won't escape either. Don't tell me. That was the great Kairazu's voice. Either probably means the great Kairazu got Show. An ambulance and Diamond's car arrived at the park. Mashi just put into a stretcher and carried off. I try to talk about what happened to Show, but they scoop me along before I can actually speak and before I know it, I'm riding in Diamond's car. Please breathe. I'm breathing. I'm better now. Diamond follows behind the ambulance. Along the way, I tell him everything that happened. I can't hide it in anything anymore. Diamond kindly nods along as I explain all the events of the past couple days to him, but I occasionally see his face in the sporadic illumination from the streetlights. He's wearing a grim look. I'm by myself in the hospital's lobby. I'm speaking to the director. The director of this hospital is a friend of his. Sorry for the wait. The director understands the situation. As a friend of mine, he won't bring up your name when he talks to the police. Thank you very much. Mashida's examination's also complete. There's nothing wrong with his brainwaves or vital signs, but there's no reaction from him. Oh, that's my mistake. Let's keep that between us. It's bad for me to talk about a patient's condition as a doctor. Diamond cracks a joke. I think he probably did it to try and console me after seeing the gloomy look on my face. Well then, Watanabe, it's thanks to you that Mashida is saved. So let me thank you for in his stead. You did good, thanks. It was nothing. However, you're responsible for what happened to Sho. Because of your curiosity, you got him wrapped up in this. Can't say anything in response, he's exactly right. I'm so sorry, Sho. I'll say this, curiosity isn't a sin. When you're young, you should be curious about many different things. But you're in high school, halfway to adulthood. This is the point in your life when you need to learn to control your own emotions. Don't just brush this stuff off, it's just into your mind. Okay? Timeline gives me a very parental lecture. I'm still being treated like I'm a kid. And right now, it's unbearably frustrating. Let the adults handle things from here. Just forget about this entire incident, okay? But I wanna help. No, that won't be necessary. Come on, I'm taking you home. Daimon escorts me to my house. Today I have no energy to take a shower. I change and quickly crawl into bed. Shut my eyes tightly as if trying to escape from the heaviness of my reality. I couldn't pursue this incident all the way to the very end. I should have given up much sooner. If I did, then maybe Sho wouldn't have. I hate this. It's a trope. Sho, where in the world are you? He must have been taking the great Kairazu. Man, I can't help but thinking about it. Should I just leave the rest of the adults? This incident's already out of my hands. You silly girl, you still saved Masha, yeah. But even if I try to distance myself from this incident. Will the great Kairazu allow me to? So we're gonna get a CG popping up with Moe in a little bit. I'm gonna cover it up because it's very weird. Trope I'm referring to is the kids should stay away and let the adults handle this. Yeah, I mean, that can be a bad trope depending on how it's handled, but there are cases where it's like, yeah, the kids should have really let the adults handle this. One of this I can think of is in a show I watched was The Strain, which is kind of like about with vampires, but not really. It's like vampire parasite things. And this one guy's kid gets kind of wrapped up into it, and I keep trying to be like, okay, yeah, the adults should handle this, which by all means, yeah, they should, but no one's really properly scolding this kid that you really shouldn't be getting involved with this vampire stuff so much that this kid becomes, like, kind of an antagonist near the end of it, and then they try to have this kid die by being like, look, he sacrificed himself to help this thing, and it's like, yeah, but this kid was still an asshole for, like, 3 seasons, so... in this case, it would make more sense if she was allowed to help, but with an adult. Okay, so we're gonna be getting that next chapter, too! New info was added to the spirit file. Yeah, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna make a new one! Because I'm curious about that dialogue. Okay, so before we have Moe's nightmare... It's loading up. Okay, then we're gonna go. We're gonna go left. And skip bars. Take a seat, King.
Huh?
Sit. Probably in a specific case, I wouldn't have had Diamond go the route of your kids stay away now after all he's heard, rather go the other route. Like, we're not talking about normal circumstances, but spirits, and Moe still managed quite well, so yeah. Yeah, no, that's also completely understandable. Okay, what do you say when let's talk about romance? Oh yeah, show. You seem like you're pretty popular at school. Is there a girl you like? Really? That's all there was? Okay, let's badmouth Mashida. Some vague hopes they brought up Yashida, but you know. Alright, let's call this man a jerk. Mashida jump scare. Badmouth him. What will this do? Mashida, you idiot, you moron, demon, pea-brain. That's the best you got. Mashida jump scare. Idiot, what's your plan if you piss him off? Ah. Did the Slugman get angry? It's automatic 0! This was definitely the wrong one! Good, they'll kill me. Oh god, that was fun. It fell on top of me. Slugs gush up around the Slugman's body and they fall onto my face. Ew. Gross. Enter my nose and mouth, I can't breathe. Oh, there's more to this! This is Kairazu's amusement park. We've now become those who entered and couldn't go back. Huh. Alright then. A save. Oh, okay, so put me back here. Bag. Leave. Hotel. I'm sorry. That was really funny. I'm just. You badmouthed him immediately. That was really funny. Alright, we've got Moe's nightmare sequence. Do I have Detective LeBlanc ready? Because I'd rather not really see this on screen. I didn't expect Mashida jump scare to really get to you as well. I have to run. I have to hurry and run. Torii Gate. If I run through it, I'll definitely... You're kidding. There's so many Slugmen. Don't come near me. The Slugmen catch me. Get my thing ready! And with their cold, slimy hands, they remove my clothes and tie up my arms. I hate this, but I'm so scared that I can't really resist. And then... just cover that! Let's just do that! There we go! They throw me on the ground. There are countless slugs. They're all crawling up my body. Well! Yeah! These slugs aren't natural. These slugs have eyes and mouths. I mean, I can for a second, but I don't really want to show it too long. This... like, it is not the worst thing I have seen. I have seen significantly worse, but I don't like images like these. My mom's coming up, hold on. Okay, we're safe. I couldn't show that to my poor mother. Every inch they move across my body, they moisten me with their slime. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. That's what the CG looks like. There we go, now he's back. Thank you, Detective LeBlanc. What's happening? Still makes sense for them to make this image if we think through the lore, though, because Moe has seen a lot and her brain would conjure something. Oh, yeah, by all means, your brain will conjure whatever the hell it wants. It looks like being scared of a ghost passing by. Yeah. I mean, you can see anything and your brain's gonna give you weird nightmares just because it's your brain. Every time the slimes wriggle, I get a strange sensation. The slime I believed was going to be cold is actually warm. I thought this would be terrifying, but I'm excited. This is weird. I've had stranger dreams. Oh, yeah, by all means. Could it be that these things are trying to break my body and spirit? These slugmen surround me, but only watch. What's the meaning of this? Why are they? Sacrifice. That sinister word flashes into my head. The fishy smelling air blows my way. Something is getting closer. A large shadow descends. A huge something is looking down at me. Is that the great Kairazu? I am starving. I think the CG with her with Hanahiko was worse than this. They both have their own. Great Kairazu's big mouth opens. It opens so wide it can eat me. I think they both have their own kind of one that can be taken that way. Kind of like with NG, there's different ones with like Rose, which are definitely more kind of scary in a sexual manner. Like There's two in particular in NG. That would be, chapter 3 and chapter, I think it's chapter 4 or 5? I don't remember. Which one is the one after the fire in the store during Christmas? Like, both of those... I hate censorship too, but we're on YouTube too, and I don't want this account to get flagged. So... that's the only reason I did it. Other than that, I don't care. Like, those are the ones I can think of the most. Like, there's even one kind of with Bon and NG. But his is, like, nowhere as bad as, like, Rose's. For those ones, I think just personal preference. I don't like... This one is more with me than Moe than the one with Hanahiko. But, I mean, they both kind of have that. This is the worst. Once again, I think of that dream I had yesterday. Somehow getting captured by the slugman, undressing, lying down on the ground. It's wet. There's ants. And then I can't remember clearly what happens at the end. What exactly was that dream? The curse! In shamanism, dreams are usually messages from some sort of god. If that dream were also a message, this is supposed to be a message from the great Kairazu telling me, this is what I'm gonna do to you? Oh, I don't like that thought at all. Mister... I want to get some advice about the dream and the great Kairazu. With that in mind, I head towards Kujo Mansion. Like, YouTube is stupid enough with its censorship and stuff at all. You can't even really say a swear word at all without them throwing a fit. I would rather keep this account so I can keep streaming games to you. Mister isn't there, I know, but still. The door's opening? Mister? Oh, it's you, Banshee. Yeah! It's literally just the color. It's like when people the other day I saw talking on Twitter were like, I can't believe they put this in the credits. And it was, it was how you say the word bassoon in different languages. I'm gonna type it to you what it was in Discord. And there were people throwing a fit with that. And it's literally like how it was in other languages. But the problem is always context. There's a reason because in Italian it is. Yes. Too many people do not want to pay attention to context where words are used. Or even who was involved. They just see it and get mad. Yes, it's me. Aren't you rude? Shame I wasn't Yashiki, isn't it? Ho ho. By the way, young lady, did you make any progress with your park investigation? Some... It's a pretty glum expression you're wearing. You're ruining that cute face of yours. Come on, you should smile more, like me. At this point, we can even censor Venom in Italian because it's a slur for the gays. Again, it comes down to people see a word, do not even look at context, and throw a fit. I read Mark Twain and it made me uncomfortable. Great! You realize that was the point! Maybe he's trying to say good fortune comes to those who smile. But I don't get that feeling from him. It pains me to see someone so young who's forgotten how to smile. I guess I have no choice. It's time for soul-crushing sorrow. This is what you need. Banshee pushes a paper bag in my hands. It's the gun. Inside is what looks like food. There's spoils of war I found inside that mansion. They're super close to going bad. Naturally, as an eco-friendly man, I had to rescue them. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers. Eat those and get your spirits back up. Thanks, Banshee. Farewell, young lady. Banshee leaves. Not really hungry, though. Inspect the contents of the bag again. Inside is a chocolate cornet and a Japanese pear. Mister's eating a chocolate cornet isn't something I can imagine. The pear seems to... The chocolate cornet is what's throwing you out. Have you seen this man's coffee? He needs like 7 cubes in it before he'll drink it. Maybe Ada brought them? Mister's been having Ada come by to teach him how to use the computer. Taking a chocolate cornet and a Japanese pear. There's something else inside. A slip of paper. I pick it up, look it over, and there appears to be a copy of the first page of the book. The title is Gamahime Mound of A Mountain. If I correctly, A Mountain is the name of the mountain where H Amusement Park was built. This is interesting. I should continue reading. In the Gamahime Mound of A Mountain excerpt is information about the shrine built on A Mountain devoted to the Lord Tenjin. It appears that a shrine has an unusual history. To the public, the shrine was known as Tenmangu Shrine, but it was actually dedicated to a different deity, the god of A Mountain. The Go Shintai, or god's residence, was a mound they call Gamahime Mound, made during the Sengoku period. As the name suggests, it was a mound that was dedicated to the god Gamahime. Apparently Gamahime was a frog goddess. Thanks to Gamahime's protection, the area around the mountain was enjoyed by bountiful harvests of rice and vegetables. There was also frightening tales, like those who went into the mountain being spirited away and other similar events of people who never came back. It was a secret that the shrine was worshipped the mountain goddess. Very few people knew the truth. Oh, there's a sheet of paper, a sheet of scratch paper with a note written on it. Mister's handwriting. Before H Amusement Park's construction, they relocated the Tenmangu Shrine. That was the correct procedure. It's difficult to believe that any great resentment would arise from that. But what happened to Gamahime Mound? At that time, were there any people left who knew about Gamahime Mound? Was the Gamahime Mound forgotten and destroyed during the park's construction? Mister's no ends there. New info was added to the spirit file! Well, that's just great. And just as I was about to give up on this whole incident. Why did I have to find out something like this? This is the absolute worst. I say that, but honestly, I can feel the near extinguished flames of motivation being fanned into a roaring fire. I love the occult and fortune-telling. I believe in the existence of destiny. I feel like this is my destiny once again to head back in towards the amusement park. And if it is... Let's go, Moe Watanabe. I'll pursue this incident, and I'll save Mister and Sho with my own hands. For that, I need Daimon's help. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed that we did not get, like, Moe Mashita adventures. I think they'd be a real fun dynamic. I rode the bus for about 10 minutes. I came to Daimon's clinic, but it looks like he's out. I speak to the receptionist who says he's in the middle of a house call. He'll tell me to return shortly. I hit the cord again! Hold on. Did that fix it? Are you working now? I'm sorry. I said I wanted Mashita back and I made it angry. That works. I mean, Mashita had to look sexy for that scene was enough. Yes, we wait in the consultation room. This is Diamond's place of work. For a consultation room, there sure are some weird things in here. That's not that weird. My curiosity begins to itch. Let's take a little look around. This is what they call a record player, I think. I saw it in the music room when I was in elementary. I know you don't like men, but I hope you were happy with the Seijutsu. I was. Just because I don't like guys romantically. There's still some cool ass CGs of guys. There are shelves full of records all lined up. I don't know any old songs, but selects the records with images of foreign bands. I guess Daimon loves Western music. Weird looking bed for consultation purposes. Seeing the bed makes me feel a bit sleepy. I didn't get much sleep yesterday. It's an anatomical drawing. I recall a Daimon specialty surgery. So this is how the innards are placed. It's an educational illustration, but it's still gross. When Daimon performs surgery, he sees the real thing in the flesh. Sure takes bravery to deal with that. There's a guitar here for some reason. I heard Daimon used to be in a band. Is it possible for some of his patients to have seen him perform live? It's Daimon's work desk. His stethoscope and some of his files lie cluttered on top of his desk. On the wall is what looks to be a backlit display for checking x-rays. The notepad is beside the phone, scrawled on his message. Yasuoka absent. Contact again tonight. Looks like he already tried contacting Yasuoka. She appears to be out. Looks like Daimon's back. So it's you, Watanabe. I believe I already said everything I had to say yesterday. I'm sorry, Daimon. I'm not very smart. It looks like I completely forgot everything you said yesterday. Hey, you're not trying to say. So please take me with you on your investigation! Should have known. I already told you yesterday, leave the incident to the adults, go home. Daimon won't listen to me. Well, it's obvious he did nothing but scold me yesterday. There's no way I'm gonna back down this time. I'll persuade Daimon. I'll hit him with all the reasoning I can come up with. It's my responsibility! What happened to show is my fault. That way I have to take responsibility for myself. No way, I'm not taking you. Daimon shuts that down completely. But I can't give up. My next reason is, I want to rescue Mister and the others! I'm not saying this to be selfish. I'm doing this to save Mister and the others. You sure are a persistent one. He still won't listen. I can't give up. I have the information on the incident. I know all the details and information on the incident. Taking me with me will save time. It's obvious you need me. Watanabe, please give up. Daimon's expressions changed. Is he crumbling in the face of my persistent enthusiasm? If so, the last reason I have me persuade him, I can no longer escape. Daimon, I had a dream last night. A dream where the great Kairazu eats me. What? The dream felt so real. I could feel the great Kairazu's resentment. Obviously, I want to believe it was just a dream, but I can't shake the feeling it's more than that. If that's the case, then well, what do you think? I think I've probably been cursed. Yesterday I heard it, the great Kairazu telling me you won't escape. If that was a curse, then I can no longer escape. Even if I stay home, I may still die anyway. If so, then I want to pursue this incident to the very end. I want to fight. I want to do everything I can to survive, the same way I did during the market incidents. I understand. Daimon! If that's the situation you're in, then there's no helping it. I totally get not wanting to sit around and leave your fate to the your fate resting in the hands of others. Moreover, if we're going to save Yashiki and the others, instead of me trying to do this alone, the two of us together would probably have a better chance of success. Watanabe, please lend me your help. You can count on me! Once again, I tell Daimon all the information in the case that I've obtained up until this point. I show him the page about A Mountain. Very interesting information. So the mountain's deity, this so-called Gama Hime, may be the great Kairazu. Yep, I think so too. It clicked for me when I was reading about Gama Hime spiriting people away. People entering the park and never coming back seems pretty much like being spirited away to me. If people believed these things were things about A Mountain long ago, we may have been able to find out a hint about Gama Hime by digging into old folklore and records. My editorial department has those kind of documents, but they're on holiday today. Daimon? Should we try looking in a library? No, it's too late for that. By the time we get to the library, it'll be closed. I'll have to give up on the preparatory information gathering. Let's do our best Yashiki impression and gather information directly from the source. Good grief, this is a long shot. If there's any time, I'd prefer to take a smart approach. Get in Daimon's car and take my 3rd trip to the amusement park. Mr. Mashta's show wait for me. We'll definitely save you. Kairozu's amusement park. First night, I honestly had no idea what lurked inside this park. But now things are different. I feel like I'm getting a faint glimpse of the true identity of the monster lying in the darkness. That's you! Is it just me? Or is it much colder tonight than it was yesterday? Goodness, how careless of me. I should have brought some thicker clothing. It is true he looks pretty cold, especially around the chest area. Even though his body's weak, why does he wear such stylish clothes? He likes them! Still really into rock or something? Watanabe, you know more about the park than I do. I'll follow your lead. That was the wrong button. So this is Tenmongu Shrine's Torii Gate. There was talk about Gamahime Mountain, so I wanted to thoroughly check the surrounding area as well. Should we do a thorough investigation?
What?
Huh? There's someone standing over there. Is that another Slugman? No. Is that Mister? Figure ran into the plaza away from the Torii Gate. Daimon, did you see that just now? I did. It looked like Yashiki. But that's strange. Why did he run? In any case, let's go after him. The plaza looks like it hasn't changed from yesterday. Daimon's making a grim expression as he looks at the ground. Daimon, what's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Just, if the Torii Gate's here, then the main shrine should also be somewhere nearby. The main shrine, you mean where the Gonshintai is? So Gamahime Mountain should also be here. Yes, it may be. A chill runs down to the tip of my toes, along my spine, and up to the top of my head. Maybe my sixth sense has detected something. This place is bad news. More importantly, we have to find Yashiki. This place is huge, so it'll take some effort to find him. I know there's a jump scare in this area. I'm just hoping it doesn't get me again. Little bench made of wood here. It's been left outside for so long that it's stained with mud and dust. Really doesn't look like a great place to sit. Not even if I wanted to sit on it. Seems to be sitting underneath the bench. It's a whitish, slender thing. Is this a snake? It's a snake. Furthermore, it doesn't look like an ordinary snake. Daimon gets close to the bench and sticks his hand underneath it. That's dangerous! Got it. I don't think you are. You want to take a look at it too? I'm good. Huh? Daimon's hand is... What I thought was a snake was actually a shed snake skin. Oh well, this is my first time seeing one. It says that by having a shed snake skin, it will give someone good luck with money. Why not take this as a souvenir? As someone who's not financially blessed, I nod in agreement. I'm not fond of snakes, but if it's a charm, I'll gladly take it. Got shed snake skin. A snake. A slugman, a frog goddess, and a snake. It's like the three-way deadlock. Do you know the three-way deadlock? I know the three-way deadlock. That's where a snake, a frog, and a slug face off, but they're all stuck because none of them can ever win, right? You're quite knowledgeable, Watanabe. The snake is stronger than the frog, a typical predator and prey relationship. The frog is stronger than the that did not come out right at all. The frog is stronger than the slug. With the flick of its tongue, it can swallow the slug whole. And the slug is stronger than the snake. There are many theories as to why this was thought so. such as the slug's mucus can dissolve the snake or that the slug is immune to the snake's venom. In actuality, that's not the case, and it was believed to be true at the time. I have a feeling this snake will come in useful for the frog. Superstition, in other words. Exactly so, but we can't shrug it off as such and discard that information. You know what I'm getting at, correct? Yeah. When facing spirits, superstition can sometimes have much more power than logic and science. Just like the situation with the Kerepo stickers on the gondola. When I look at the pitch black forest, it sends non-stop waves of shivers down my spine. Mister is still nowhere to be found. Just where did he go, I wonder? Okay. I was tensed up, so I didn't get scared. Felt like something just touched me now. I also felt it clearly now, too. That got me so bad the first time I played this. I had to leave the room because I was so embarrassed. Do we get caught by a spirit? Things are just getting worse and worse. Search the ground, don't see anything that looks like it's been trampled. Mister's nowhere to be seen. Where the heck did he go? No! Shadowy figure. The Ferris wheel towers over the plaza. It's looking down at us. Suddenly a strong wind blows. A damp, fishy smelling wind. Just like yesterday when Sho disappeared. Where is that wind blowing from? What is that? People like to leave Moe alone. It's just bad to be around with God, my arms there. There's something over there. Larger than the trees. Is it a face? Is it looking over here? Daimon. What? Daimon stares intently at the large shadow. I'm not the only one who can see it. So, it's not an illusion. Let's run, Daimon. My feet won't move. Why? My head hurts. My head's hurting bad. Okay, I also forgot frog in Japanese is also keru. Kaeru. Where is this? It looks like a park, but the air's all weird. This scenery is so strange. It's hard to believe this is real. But I recognize the color of this place. I saw it in that awful dream. Right. Is Daimon okay? Daimon proceeds to have a nightmare where he is also undressed, dripping on the floor. Daimon's collapsed beside me, clutching his head. He stands up shakily. What just happened? What is this place? A world of purple hazel around thick fog. Don't you think that's what we're seeing as reality? More like a world in the afterlife. Perhaps we should call it Tokoyo. And does that mean... Did we both die? No, I merely just named it that for simplicity's sake. I don't think we actually died. Kairazu could also mean no frogs. No! It's a double meaning. If anything, we're in a place similar to H Amusement Park. This is a spiritual domain that has some kind of relationship with the park. I don't think I really get it, but are you saying we were brought to another dimension or something by the great Kairazu? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. This spirit is Gamahime. If it's a mountain deity, then maybe this space is a sanctuary. If that's the case, then what we just experienced was an exceptional instance of being spirited away. Somehow, it feels like he only understands what's going on. Smart people sure are troubling. Perhaps all the people who've gone missing from the park have been whisked away to this place. Did Mr. Shoei here too? Yes, that is most likely. Then when we saw Mr. before, that may have been a trap. It was leading us to a place exactly where the great Kairazu was waiting, and then it spirited us away. So that's what happened. Sho also probably chased after Mr. and went into the plaza, and then got brought here. Daimon, do you think we can get out of here? I don't know, but our only option is to believe we can. Let's look for next Watanabe. Ooh, it's spooky! When I touch the bench, it feels chilly and cold. When I take a closer look at my surroundings, I can faintly make out what looks to be a fog wafting around. Turn around and head to the torii gate. I'll try and get out of this plaza. Huh? I passed through the torii gate, so why am I back in the plaza? Unbelievable. It appears the laws of this realm, this Tokoyo, are different than our own world. What do you mean? For example, in our world, if you take a step forward, your body will move forward. That is the law our world operates on. You can call them the laws of physics or just simple common sense. But here, that law no longer applies. You take a step forward, but you could travel in a whole different direction, maybe even behind where you started. In other words, it's hard to know exactly what'll happen when I move. Well, just thinking won't help us in our situation. All we can do is act, so let's try many things. You got nerves of steel. Let's go back. I'll challenge it one more time. I think it's prettier than ever else, no matter what I am. How cool is Japanese folklore and aesthetics? We return to the plaza. What should we do? I don't have a clue. But I do know one thing. And that is... we can't give up! Do your best, Daimon! That's true. Thank you, Watanabe. Turn around again. This awful laughter. Sligmen suddenly appear before us. Hang on a second, where did these guys come from? Is it because we're in Tokoyo, so anything's possible? So, these are the Sligmen from the rumors. Thinking about Mashida's condition. These are all victims who were spirited away and were transformed because of the curse. Daimon calmly analyzes the situation. On the other hand, I am not calm at all. You're kidding me. This is just like that dream. I can feel the blood draining from my face. Anxiety and fear flood into my chest. If that dream was a prophecy, then I will be... yeah, let's not have that happen. No, wait, absolutely not. It was just a dream. This isn't a prophetic dream. Well, at least they're in a good mood. This is bad. The Sligmen are getting closer. Watanabe, what should we try and do? Should we try and enter the torii gate, or should we run in the opposite direction? We try and stay here and fight them somehow. Yeah, I'd like to see Daimon try and fist fight them. We should head for the torii gate. If you're choosing that on instinct, I would recommend that you changing on your pick to something other than the torii gate. What do you... Nothing much, just trying to make practical use of the Monty Hall problem. For now, can you just trust me a bit? Live or die. That's right, I don't understand difficult theories and stuff, but Daimon is someone I can trust in. She had to spell and ward him off. No, we're running. Daimon, this way. Coming. We turn around and dash the other way. When we do, what is waiting for us there is... more slugmen! But their numbers look a bit thin over here. Guess we made the right choice. It's all thanks to your advice, Daimon. There's a minor deviation when choosing based on instinct and choosing based on logic. Like I read that theory somewhere in a random magazine a while back. Safe! I'm glad I made the correct choice. Even so, what do we do about those guys? I'd like to somehow break free and make a dash with the Ferris wheel, but the Slugmen aren't gonna just let us pass through. What exactly do they want us to do? Do to us? If they catch us, we'll end up just like I did in my dream. I don't want that. I don't want to turn into those things, which means I really need to think of a way out of this mess. Those things are slug spirits. Salt was effective against them, but I no longer have any. Maybe I have something else on hand that could be successful to drive them off? Stickers! If it's as the old story goes. Daimon, help me out. I want to stick these on them. Frogs eat slugs, right? Ah, I see the three-way deadlock. Alright, let's do it. I take out the slugmen on the left, and Daimon takes the ones on the right, and we rush towards them. I'll quickly slap the remaining Karopo stickers on them. Once we do, slugmen scream in agony and begin to panic. It's working! That worked great. This is the correct choice. Now's our chance. Let's make a break for it. Great, let's run to the Ferris wheel. Survived. Looks like we got away. I'm glad my dream didn't come true. Right. Did Daimon make it here? Just hold on for a second. Let me get my hurry back to normal. We stand underneath the shadow for a while until Daimon catches his breath. The slugmen are not chasing us. Looks like we can take it easy for a bit. Sorry for the wait, Watanabe. I have to thank you again. Your resourcefulness saved us. Wouldn't go that far. Your Monkey Hall talk was also helpful. It's Monty Hall problem. You see, Monty Hall was the name of a host of an old American TV program who... Oh no, he's going off on a tangent. I could go on for a while. I gotta shift topics and hope I can avoid it. So the Slugmen really were the great Kairazu's minions. Jeez, giant flies and Slugmen. The spirit can be... sure has some awful taste. If it's a mountain god, then why isn't it odd that it would summon creatures that live on the... It isn't odd that it would summon creatures that live on the mountain. The curious thing is why it chose those creatures. Why flies and slugs? They have ill will towards humans. They're bait. The spirits fond of them. They have ill will. What chose those things that humans hate? Part of the spirit's job is to scare humans. I see what you're getting at, but snakes, spiders, there's also so many other creatures that would work. There would be some reason why it's flies and slugs. It's a shame you didn't agree with my reasoning. So what's our plan now, Daimon? Mr. and Sho are nowhere to be found, and we have no idea where the exit is. If we make the wrong move, the slugmen might catch us. In all honesty, we're nearly at a dead end. We traveled from the plaza to the Ferris wheel, but our situation hasn't changed at all. Just thinking about what could happen is depressing me. We may spend the rest of our lives here. No, don't think about it. That could happen. Just think about what you can do now. I keep myself going with that thought. At this moment, we can still investigate. In any case, let's look around. There's a signboard with a description of the Ferris wheel, but it's because it's too dark I can't make out the letters. I take a closer look, I notice there's something clinging to it. Worn out talisman! Bag of road salt are sitting here. Still some in the bag. This is effective against the Sligman. I actually used it to save Mashita. I see. Using road salt is effective against slugs, eh? You still let swarm Sligman, right? Who knows how much of the stuff we'll need to deal with all of them. True, even if we brought it with us, it still might not be enough to make a difference. On top of that, we definitely can't carry bags with us. No helping it. Gotta give up on that idea. You know, you still have the thermos. But sure. The shriek just now. Is that the voice of the person I see hanging? But that's a corpse. There was the hanging corpse at Kairazu's amusement park. It might be the same one. It's definitely the work of the great Kairazu. If I get captured, will I end up like that? Watanabe, a moment of your time. I want you to wait here for a bit. I'd like to get closer to that corpse. He's me when I do fitness stuff. Oh no! Huh? I want to do an autopsy, so to speak. From the corpse's features, we may be able to learn a bit about the nature of spirits here. Tamon walks towards the corpse. He inspects the corpse from various angles. He's staring really hard at it. Basically exactly what you'd expect from a doctor. Sorry to keep you waiting, Watanabe. Allow me to tell you what I ascertained and my conjecture. First, the features of the corpse are exactly as rumored. Features? You mean the burns and the parts of the face being switched around? Precisely. The wounds seem like burns, but they're chemical burns. Simply put, they were caused by strong acid. But the clothes were undamaged. So it's as though the acid... it looks like acid damage, but also appears to be a spiritual substance. You mean, it's an acid that only dissolves humans? Yes, that's exactly what I mean. I also believe the facial switcheroo is due to the acid. And here's my conjecture. The great Kairazu may have tried to eat that girl. A spirit that eats people. I can't believe it. I don't want to believe it. If that shadow I saw at the plaza was the great Kairazu, then it'd be easy for it to swallow a person whole. Humans that are eaten get digested by stomach acid. But I guess the spirit didn't accept the girl for some reason, and she was spat out while partially digested. That was my theory based on our corpse here. So, if that's what happened, why is it hung up on the Ferris wheel? I remember hearing bullheaded shrikes impaling their prey on thorns in order to have food catch for the winter, but I feel like the spirit's not doing it for a practical act, but rather a psychological one. What do you think's the reason for hanging the corpse is? Set an example. So we had the same idea. If the great Kairazu is a mountain deity, then this amusement park is its territory. It can't stand humans who have no respect for gods loitering around. So, it spirits those insolent folks off to Tokoyo, and after eating one once, it hangs them up and sends a warning message to others. At least, that's what I think. I have no way of knowing for certain if it's true. Huh. Taiwan sure knows a lot of creative things. His occult journalism skills might be better than mine. I'm kinda jealous. It's the control room to the Ferris wheel. When I take a look inside, I see the control panel covered in sticky, disgusting mucus.
What?
It's a gondola at ground level. I don't want to enter after what happened 2 days ago. I've inspected everything that caught my eye, but nothing seems to be a clue on how to escape Tokoyo. Hey, Watanabe. I would like to investigate the inside of the gondola. Why? The first night you saw a corpse there, and in the real world, there were people who saw this corpse which is now appearing in Tokoyo. Perhaps this Ferris wheel is where the two worlds are close. That may be a clue on how to get out. If you'd prefer not to go, I'll take a look alone. No, it's okay. Let's go into the gondola. I understand what Daimon's saying. It's scary, but let's try and enter. There's a flimsy booklet that looks like a guidebook from a school trip.
The title on the front cover reads, H City during Sengoku period. What's this historical document doing here? Piques my interest, so I read a bit of it. This page is the first page about Gamahime Mound of A Mountain. It seems like a photocopy I found came from this booklet. Why am I being pinged? No. It's just a different server I'm in. They were like, hey, convention's opening up. Cool. This is a booklet belonging to Mister then. I flipped a page and find a sticky note attached. There may be something important written here. I gotta read it carefully. The last days of the Sengoku period. Not able to withstand the Toyotomi army's assault to the Hojo clan's castle in H City fell. Among them, the most formidable was H Castle. Their secondary and tertiary castles, S Mountain Castle and Y Moon Castle, were similarly unspared by the assault. There was something of interest concerning the stories about the fall of S Mountain Castle and Y Moon Castle. It's the tragedy of the young princesses. The princesses of S Mountain Castle was named Chiyo. The girl was prepared to die in her castle, but due to the actions of her parents, she fled from the castle. She appeared to have fled into the mountain. I don't know what her fate was afterwards, but it's rumored that she perished in the mountain by committing suicide together with her retainers. Meanwhile, there was the Y Moon Castle Princess Kikuno. She also fled before her castle fell to the assault. But while she was fleeing, her retainers turned on her. After being assaulted, she was apparently left behind on the mountain. I also don't know what befell her afterwards. But for one who was raised as a princess her whole life, it must have been hard for her to survive on the mountain. Change local history. It's a tale of two princesses from the area who met a tragic fate ends during the Sengoku period. But it doesn't seem to connect to A Mountain, the 10... Blech. Sorry. I've been talking a lot, so my throat's dry. Let me get a drink real quick. There we go. It doesn't seem to connect to A Mountain, the Ten Mangu Shrine, or the Gamahime Mound. Why would Mr. leave a sticky note here then? Unless Diamond replies to my monologue. It's okay. Yeah, we're actually near the end of this chapter, so it's all good. It's very sweet of you. Maybe Yashiki discovered a clue linking A Mountain and those two princesses. The Gamahime Mound and the Himes are princesses. There may be a connection. But the nature of that connection is something we do not know. So in other words, we won't be able to learn the spirit's true identity? That's really bad. In order to cleanse the spirit's resentment, we need to know its true identity. But we don't have enough information to work with. If we run into the Great Kairazu now, we're doomed. The door shut on its own. That's what I think it means. The gondola's moving. Oh no. The gondola starts heading up in the air. It's just like the last time I got in. Oh, this is bad. Watanabe, what should we do? Diamond looks to me for help with the exact same way Tsukasa did. How am I supposed to know? What do we do? I knew it. We're being carried into the air. What should we do? These things are here again, the same giant flies. No good, we don't have any Karako stickers anymore. Damage to the gondola will be... What was that? As the creepy voice bellows, the flies all scatter. It's like they were trying to run away. What is going on? Diamond mutters from behind. But his question will have to go unanswered. I have no idea what's going on either. What is this sensation? Gaze. I feel a gaze. The same gaze I felt at the Torii Gate. In the plaza. The great Kairazu is looking at me. Where is she looking at me from? The great Kairazu slams into the gondola, causing it to lurch wildly. We're hurdled outside. This is the plaza. Why are we here? My body doesn't seem injured in any way, even though we fell from a very high place. With a relief, Daimon is okay. I don't know what happened, but it looks like we're both safe. On the other side of the window was... yeah, the Great Kairazu, I think. The Great Kairazu dropped us from the gondola and brought us here. Why did she do it in that manner? All of a sudden, Daimon's face is frozen in fear. Daimon, what's wrong? That's... Daimon is looking at something behind me. His gaze is directed above my head. Something big is looking down at us. A strong wind is blowing above my head. The entire area fills with raw smell. Can't escape either. There is no longer any doubt. Behind me is the spirit. It's very funny because you can just go, nope, I'm not looking. And it's just like, nope, you're gonna have to eventually turn around. You can keep doing as much as you want, but it's gonna be like, no, you gotta do it. My heart is frozen. I can't stop shaking. There's a huge frog, but it has a girl's face. This is the Great Kairazu. I am starving. Starving? Just our look, she has an empty stomach. I remember that awful dream. And it's the Great Kairazu eating me. This keeps up, then I... live or die. I don't want to be eaten. This right, food. And maybe forgive the spirits thing to eat. Would you like a pear in these trying times? Look, it's a Japanese pear, see? I hold out the ripened fruit high. In a split second, the tongue extends from the Great Kairazu's large mouth and nabs the pear. It ate it. chose well. I assume the Japanese pair because she's ancient. Acceptable. So I've tried the different ones on this. The tin is because it's iron. So she doesn't even notice there's candy in there because she just sees an iron tin. And then I think it was the cornet is not something that was usually given as an offering, so she doesn't like that one either. The great Kairazu looks pleased. That sign of worship. Sign of worship? Is the great Kairazu asking what god we believe in? Great Kairazu is a mountain god. Could it be testing our beliefs? Oh god, what was this one? Oh yeah, Gamahime. I was like, I don't think it's Sugawara. Also, would you give a chocolate to an animal? No, because it's toxic to most of them. Mountains Go Shintai is a mountain, if I remember correctly. So, if I say the name of the mountains, then the one I worship is Gamahime. Is that answer okay? Great Kairazu is delighted. Looks like I made the right call. What a relief. This choice was correct. Acceptable. The great Kairazu looks delighted. I guess it's kind of believers. This will only work as long as it thinks I'm one. If I slip up and do something rude or insolent, I will no doubt get eaten. It's a cool design. Yeah, it's not bad. Not my favorite, but it's pretty cool. Speak mine. I think I said that right. Probably said it wrong, but I tried. Your Alan's what? What does that mean? Someone help me out here. Alan's the meat. It's an archaic word of saying true name. The great Kairazu Gamahime wants you to hear it speak its own real name. What does that mean? God's true name? Is there a name that isn't Gamahime? Great Kairazu? There's no way I know that. But, wait. There might be a chance. It's... Kikuno. The Hime of Gamahime Mound, and the way she said mine lends me makes me think she may be a former princess. Speaking of princess related to the mountain, your real name is Lady Kikuno. At least that's what I think it is. Indeed. I am Gamahime. I am Kikuno. Human, do not forget mine name for eternity. Yep! Do not forget your revering heart. So we got the good end. There's a very easy way to get the bad end, which I did the first time. Which is, you have to go to the park. You have to pick up all the trash but leave the bouquet alone. If you pick up the bouquet, you get the bad end. If you do not pick up all the trash, you get the bad end. Basically, the bad end is, she's like, cool, you're a follower. But then she just kind of leaves you there for a bit, and then you and Daimon get eaten. There is a CG for that one, and I will be showing it after this. Her voice mingles with the booming laughter. The great Kairazu becomes one with the night breeze. Choice was the correct one. I did it. I finally did it. I was able to do it, mister.
Poor girl, though. Yeah, feels bad for Kikuno. This headache. It's the same as that time before. My consciousness. Oh! Fading. This is... Did we return to our world? Yes, it would appear so. Great Kairazu looked to be satisfied with your offerings. But Watanabe, you figured out that Gamahime is Princess Kikuno, right? What do you mean? In that Sengoku period document, it was written that 2 princesses went missing in the nearby mountain. So you deduced that the mountain was a mountain, and that the princess that passed became Gamahime, correct? Well, yeah, I guess that's what I did. The problem was choosing which of those princesses became Gamahime, Princess Chiyo or Princess Kikuno. According to the booklet, Princess Chiyo wasn't afraid and had the determination to go through with it. It would have been unusual for someone who was resolute enough to face death to become a spirit. I understand what Daimon's saying. Spirits are typically formed when people die with a lingering resentment or regret. Then there was Princess Kikuno, who was assaulted and abandoned by her retainers. She was a naive princess, left alone on the mountain. She must have starved to death. Her anger towards her betrayers and their assaults, and the gnawing pain of her starvation. Unlike Chiyo, it's pretty easy to imagine Kikuno passing away while holding deep regrets. Which is how you came to choose Princess Kikuno. I admire your imagination and reasoning. I'm a medical journalist after all, you can count on me. I definitely hadn't thought that far ahead, but whatever. Daimon. Did the Great Kairazu vanish? Hard to say. It was formerly a spirit of Princess Kikuno, but the Great Kairazu is now a mountain god. I can't imagine a human's power would be enough to exercise it. Thank you, Daimon, I appreciate it. It was easy. So does that mean the spirit only let us return to our world from Tokoyo? It feels like all we did was run away. Well, isn't that enough? Besides, if it wasn't for your... My PS5 controller dropped down. Okay. If it wasn't for your revering heart, we probably wouldn't have been able to come back. Don't forget your revering heart. The Great Kairazu's words to me. But I don't remember doing anything that could be considered reverent. You picked up trash. Oh, wait. I do remember picking up trash from this place. So that voice was the Great Kairazu, and she was pleased that I was picking up the trash? The only thing I didn't pick up was a withering bouquet. So that bouquet really was an offering from the people who knew about Gamahime. It probably would have been bad if I picked that up. Spirit may have thought I forgot about my revering heart. At any rate, you did a good job, Watanabe. It was easy peasy, I can't believe it. It was all thanks to you, Daimon! Not at all, it was all thanks to you. I really didn't help all that much. If I were Yoshiki, I probably would have been much more useful support. That's right, mister! Where is he and Sho? We soon find them both. They're sprawled out on the lawn nearby, passed out. Both are unfortunately unconscious. They're breathing, but their complexions seem fine to me. How would you know that? Simon does a quick checkup on them and says they seem to be okay. Just in case, we bring them to the hospital for observation. But I'm not worried. I figure they'll open their eyes soon. After all, the curse has been lifted already. And with all thanks to my efforts. 3 days later, I submit my report of the incident to my editor-in-chief. Then I had to see Mister, who's been discharged. How would you know about the bouquet? It's kind of... What I got from it was kind of like, do you consider this trash or not with a bouquet that's withered? And it's like, that's a really hard one because on one hand, no, I do not consider it really trash because it is an offering to someone.
but I could see how it could be considered. So on my first playthrough, I picked it up because, like, I genuinely don't know what the spirit is gonna think, because I've encountered spirits that would care and wouldn't care. But this one does. Oh, it's unlocked again. Mister sure hasn't changed a bit. Mister, are you in here? There he is! Oh, hey, Moe. Geez, you didn't lock your door again. What are you gonna do if Banshee lets himself in again? You say that about Banshee, but you just let yourself in. See? Literally everyone just coming into this poor guy's house. You didn't even ring the bell, did you? To think I did that out of habit. I was wondering what all the commotion about. Hey Mashita, do you want to answer why you're in this man's house? Hey, what's up, eh? You're here too, Mashita. I heard what happened from Nagashima. You ransacked my office and rummaged through whatever you felt like, you little punk. Hi Yashiki, I hope you enjoyed your short honeymoon with Mashita. Also, Yashiki, that's on you, don't be so... Why is he here? Hearing that forced tongue clicking in this demeaning remarks, I know he doesn't mean. Glad to see he's doing well, very glad. You're not helping. Take it easy on her, Mashita. It was our fault to begin with. Had we not failed to deal with the great Kairazu, then... I know, you don't have to tell me. God, these two old men can stay away from each other. Help! I love them so much. I know, you don't have to tell me. After Mashita clears his throat, he looks me in the eyes with a hard stare. Oh no, I'm getting nervous. This thing about to go down. It's so slow again. I'm gonna just wait for him to finish talking, then I'll say. You have my thanks. You did pretty good for a punk. Oh. It was just praise. We're comrades, so he doesn't really need to go that far, but it's not like I'm gonna stop him. As for your crime of assault, I see that do not separate wide on- oh wait, hold on! There we go. As for your crime of assault, we'll just forgive you zapping me with my own stun gun. So he actually remembers that. Wait, it lines up on his too! Well, I think you saved us. No, it wasn't much. You also saved me. Things wouldn't have turned out bad if it hadn't been for that one note. Speaking of which, the document you found didn't contain any core information, I believe. I'm gonna take away the do not separate now. That joke has run its course. What a crappy honeymoon, who Yasuoka! Which means it's very impressive that you survived. Well, what does that mean? The connection between Gamahime Mound and Kikuno. Now's the perfect chance to explain it. Why exactly did Princess Kikuno become worshipped as a deity of a mountain? As he says this, Mr. pulls out a notebook that he always carries. What I'm about to tell you is the folklore that wasn't written in the H city during the Sengoku period document. I learned this from the old folk who live around the A mountain. As you know, Princess Kikuno was abandoned by her retainers in a certain mountain, right? You obviously realized that mountain was a mountain. Princess Kikuno wandered all alone on a mountain. But nature wasn't kind to allow the naive princess to survive. She quickly passed away from starvation. Then about 3 months later, when the people from the village at the foot of the mountain were hunting, they found Princess Kikuno deep in the mountain. The strange thing about her corpse is it was surrounded by countless frogs. It was like they were attending to her and protecting her. Seeing her corpse surrounded by the frogs shocked those villagers something fierce. They probably thought the frogs were some kind of divine familiars. People from long ago were superstitious after all. And that was how Gamahime Mound came to be. The locals all believed that Gamahime was a mountain god. Deity's source of power is the people's belief in them. Additionally, a strong belief can also birth a god. Over a century or two, it seems the locals' continued belief bestowed divinity upon Gamahime. In reality, the area around A Mountain became rich. The villagers believed this blessing was thanks to Gamahime's grace. Anyway, I gotta say I like how they chose this. They chose Moe for this adventure. It fits. Yeah, it does. However, the honeymoon period between the mountain god and the people would come to an end in this area of progress. As time passed, the town became rich. An uncultivated plot of land that valuable became a target for speculators and developers. Naturally, the existence of a mountain god had been forgotten. They were violating the mountain the god resides in, with cars and heavy machinery. Visitors pay no respect towards Gamahime. Were she still powerless, Princess Kikuno, shedding tears over this tragedy would have been her only recourse. But she was powerless no longer. She was Gamahime. Thus, this enraged deity of the mountain became the Great Kairazu. Moe, you gave offerings that paid respects to the Great Kairazu. You demonstrated belief in the mountain god. You showed her the bond between the people and the mountain god hadn't been lost yet. And with that, her anger was quelled. I have to say that was splendid correspondence work. You can count on me. Well, I was pretty desperate at the time, so it's not like I planned to do all those things for good reasons. Ease up on the praise, Yashiki. Knowing this brat, she'll just get a big ego and stick her neck into the first heap of danger she sees. Of course, I had enough danger. And who was it that saved you again? Max approached half of 9, respectively. It's gonna be a while before I get over this one, Yashiki. I sympathize with you much. Unless the story of Kairazu's amusement park comes to an end. Sure, there were a lot of frightening experiences, but I'm satisfied. I mean, I was actually able to pursue this incident to the very end. Although, is this really the very end? The Great Kairazu didn't vanish, we just quelled her anger. It's possible that her anger may flare up once again. After all, there's so many people who have completely forgotten about the god that resides on E Mountain. Third. Old men saved by high school girl, there's still hope for you. Hey, you're one of them too, aren't you? is chapter 7. This is a nice little chapter. It's not my favorite, but it was nice. It got me to jump quite a few times and I liked it. Easy peasy Moe, spread the rumors about the god of Amon. So yeah, these are the CGs we got with it. These ones are blocked out because these are the main game ones, and I hadn't gone through them all on Switch yet. Yeah, if you choose the bad end with her, you get the CG, which, ugh. Definitely a trypophobia warning. Ugh. I can't believe we were blessed with this as a CG. We have one to rival Yashiki being tied up by the hoses in Deathmark 2. And then we also had that as the preview picture that they did for this chapter. Yay! That's chapter 7 done! I'm hoping we get more Deathmark news soon. I mean, Deathmark 2 is getting a manga in, next month. They're showing the first chapter of that. So I will take that! And then we have the other thing I told you about that they showed on the live stream. But I don't know when they'll do that. Or if they will do that. But yes, thank you for watching. It has been fun. I do hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.